Hello, my brothers. This is from Hello, it is Satanic from Hell. Welcome back to the episode of Minecraft PvP Ultimate Modpack Let's Play. So I guess in today's episode, I'm still just going to work on the I'm going to work on the alveoli scented panelings. So we need honeycomb. Oh. Nice. How many do we still have? Oh, it's done. Wow. And that's it. That's what you get from almost 3 stacks. Not much, to be honest. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna, I think, listen to Comtown while we play.
It's me. It's just me. I sit at home and I watch the Property Brothers all day.
I thought you watched the Tim Allen show. I was like, that's so weird.
Yeah. Well, we actually can't. Yeah, we can't
Property
acknowledge.
Brothers now makes more. She seems like a real person now. Before I was like, I think he's making her up.
Yeah.
Like,
no, she's a very real, very disappointed person.
Yeah, for legal reasons, we can't acknowledge that Tim Allen has like a TV show on his podcast.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like a copyright issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're embroiled in some litigation.
Unfortunately. So, what do you have coming out project-wise? Anything big?
It's rude.
Is it? What do you mean? Is it rude?
No. Well, when does this air?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow night I'm doing a big show at the Village Underground.
Nice.
Cool.
Taping it live for Sirius. It's a lot of really good people on it. I'm not actually supposed to say what the show's about, but I feel like not enough people will hear this to make a difference.
Yeah.
But we're doing a game show called Would You Bang Him?
Oh, nice.
We were going to call it Would You Fuck Him, but then I just felt like it was a little too harsh.
Yeah, no, we agree. You should always name
Hi. Okay, forever. It's not a server, it's a single player world, and I play them solo, sadly, sorry. It's not a server, this is a completely single player. Okay. Oh, there we go. Anyway, back to Comtown.
It's like you shouldn't be harsh. You shouldn't be explicit in your name.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going on serious. You can say it, but
Right.
just because you can
Doesn't mean you should. That's right.
So,
you hear that, Nick?
Yeah.
it's going to be Dan Soder, Mike Vecchione, Big J, Dave Smith, Pete Lee, somebody else. I'm missing somebody. So they're going to compete, and then we have 4 female judges: Carmen Lynch, Annie Letterman, Emily Tarver, and Marina Franklin are the judges. And so then the guys come out and they do 5 minutes of stand-up, and then the judges decide if they would fuck them or not.
So shouldn't that kind of be called "Have you already fucked them"?
Do you think? Because I feel like, yeah.
Shouldn't that be the name of the show?
That could, we could work that in. So Rich is going to host it, and I'm going to be the...
That's great. I like
That's cool.
A nice little
color
flip.
commentary on it.
Yeah, it does a lot to speak to the patriarchy, which
That's
I just
right.
learned about this week.
You did?
From a shirt. Yeah, I saw somebody wearing a shirt, so asked me about it.
Right.
I know all about flipping the patriarchy. I have an erotic Instagram account that we haven't talked
He
about
plugs
enough.
he plugs his Instagram
That we haven't
account
talked about
every
enough
week.
on the podcast.
I feel like that's a better name for it.
What's that?
Flipping the patriarchy.
Flipping the patriarchy. We should change.
Well, we
Comtown.
wanted to do. We wanted, the Guys We Fucked podcast.
Yes.
So we wanted to do Guys They Fucked.
Yes.
So we're the guys.
Yeah. Oh.
But I don't.
Yeah.
Right.
I haven't fucked either of them.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
But it would
so-
be rude.
I fucked them both.
Did you?
Whoa, nice.
They should judge. You should have them as guest judges for the.
Well, I mean, we could. I want it to be a regular thing, but
Cool.
we'll see if it happens. The last one we did was a huge success. And
those
it
are
was,
all fuckable. Those are all pretty fuckable guys though on that lineup.
Yeah, no blacks.
Yeah.
So I think that's what you're getting at.
Well, you should throw one in there where it's just.
I was
me.
well. We were Michael Che was going to come, and I don't know what happened to him.
Who would
So
be?
now we have no diversity.
Who's the guy that's just completely unfuckable that you could put, like, besides Stav, that
Well,
you
I'm
could put
pretty
on
fuckable.
the fucking
Pretty
show?
cute.
Well,
I
you'd
think I
have to
have about a
see
charm.
what your stand-up. The premise is that supposedly, a funny guy. That's what women want. A good sense of humor. So we're gonna put it to the test.
That's
Okay.
great. I like
That's
that
you know
idea.
what? It's funny. It's like it's the male version of the naked show, where you have to showcase the thing
know
that
what's
makes
weird?
you fuckable.
I don't know that if
Is your
this was reversed,
personality.
that any women would say yes to it. I mean, I guess there's some women that would.
Would you do the
Right.
naked show? Have you heard about
Never.
it? Of course not.
Never. I
don't
don't
think
do the
anybody
naked
that-
show when I
yeah.
have sex. I don't do the naked show ever. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I've seen it once. It's like incredible the turnout that show gets.
Because people are just that's at the end of the day, people just want to like look at titties.
But are you
Absolutely,
are
of
you
course.
into the comedy of it at all?
No.
Or is that's not a thing.
I think
at
that's
all?
like a
No.
9%. I think it's 91%.
Even if you have funny comics on there, they're not going to be
No.
able to like really do their material while completely naked.
The girl's like, well, I gotta get stage time. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
Nah.
there's
So
another
funny.
level there. I'm pretty sure.
Yay.
Sex trafficking yourself into the world of stand-up comedy.
Yes.
It's just
yeah,
fucking-
low level sex
you
work.
kidnap yourself like Liam Neeson's daughter.
Well, I always ask this question, and I really don't know the answer, and it's why women who do stand up still really like try to be sexy and like
Right.
so many of them on their album covers. They're
Yeah, it's so
like,
weird. Yeah.
naked.
No.
Pay attention to me as a funny person, and I have like this clever mind, and then they're doing it to themselves. They're what's
Totally
what are words?
objectifying.
They're objectifying themselves, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then it's like feminism, but I don't understand.
Right.
Is it feminism, or is it just like trying to get fucking money?
Yeah, I guess it probably is like.
Well, we're the experts.
I
on
know.
feminists,
I know.
so-
I feel like
Also
I've come to the
money.
right
Well,
place
feminism
finally.
is
I've
a
asked this
myth.
question many times to many people.
I don't know. I guess you could say that it's empowering because, like, at this point, it's like, what isn't feminism, really? In terms of, I mean, it's like,
Right.
as an ideology, it's like so thoroughly diluted through, culture at large.
I had
everyone's pretty much a feminist. You have to like make a decision to say, I'm not a feminist now.
Right.
If you're anybody that's having a conversation with anybody, at least online.
Right.
So.
Well, I was involved in some, human trafficking for a while. As a feminist, I I felt like I was taking them to a better place.
Well, actually,
humane
these are feminist swastikas.
Yes.
It goes in a different direction.
Yes,
so
it's a little different than what you're thinking. Yeah.
It's an ancient Indian symbol that means,
No, but I
end the wage gap.
I know what you're saying though, because there is like a difference between like
There is no wage gap.
In theory, yes, like you should be able to dress however you want and still be taken seriously, but there is like a period. I don't know. It seems like it's a little bit of a.
Well, my husband put it this way. He was like, you know, if your dentist, if you showed up and your dentist was like, you know, wearing like a low cut shirt and her like belly was showing, and even if she was super hot and you were like, oh my God, this is amazing, this is my dentist, you still wouldn't think you had the best dentist.
Right.
You'd never be like, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Like if you really had some dental work to get done, you'd go to a better dentist.
A frumpier dentist.
Yes, you'd go to someone else. Like
a very kind Jewish guy.
Yes, like you're not gonna go to the hot. Like that's the same thing about stand-up. It's like hotness really doesn't have anything. It doesn't really help you.
Yeah, but it is still the entertainment industry. So there's like if you have the ability
if your whole thing is about bucking the system and getting into a business where it's male dominated and fuck them, I'm gonna succeed, and then you're like, okay, and then now just let me play the game exactly as it's already been written for thousands of years. Like that's
no, absolutely. Yeah, I think you're right that you could. It's like, especially when it's like you're choosing the thing that you want to represent you the most, like a special cover or like, you know, the material for like, you know, you do set a tone with that, and I agree with what you're saying.
Well, because I get on one level like it works, it gets eyeballs on you or whatever,
right?
But on the other level, it's like, well, so does marrying a rich guy and not working, like so many things that are like sort of anti-feminism.
Yeah.
They work.
Right.
It's like, but it's not like helpful to the cause. Then at the very least, don't present yourself. I think it's like some fucking
like warrior for justice or whatever.
Yes.
Do you think male comedians should have to be jacked?
First of all, I don't like comedians that look normal at all. Like it's not my thing.
So
like
you
even
must
Dan
hate
Soder to me, I feel like he's still got to overcome that.
He's
like,
got that giant head.
He looks too normal, you know. He's like, okay. Or and when I see pretty people doing stand up, it takes me so long to get behind it. I can't take it.
Of both genders too. It's like
both genders.
You can't be too hot and do stand up.
If you work out all the time and then you're like, what's his name? For a long time
Rogan?
I just didn't like him. No, Aaron.
Aaron.
Just completely based on the fact that I'm like, okay, well, you're so into working out.
Well, is he still though? Because he used to be like a competitive bodybuilder.
He still is like.
I mean,
he
he
was
still goes to
wearing
gym
like
all
a
the
sleeveless
time.
shirt the other day. And
I've never seen him with sleeves. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
He loves showing it off.
He'll wear vests. Like vests over
like the one thing he's got going
shirt.
for him is that he's odd looking. Like even though he works out all the time, like he wears weird like suit coats.
Yeah.
And
he wears like Ed Hardy suits.
Yes, it's so true. Oh my God. So it's like he's still like a little, you know what I mean? Still like off.
Yeah.
He's still off.
Like I think you should be a little off.
But anyone who's like just. Everyone's like beautiful in every category.
Well, what about Rogan? Because Rogan's huge.
Rogan to me fits his
It
thing.
makes sense.
Like his personality fits so well. Like Rich too, my husband. His personality is like this New Jersey guy. Like it fits so well with how he looks that. You know, it's almost like it's a flaw.
You know whose
in
body
and of itself.
Yeah.
Right.
You know whose body is perfect for their act? Sean Rouse.
I don't know what he looks like anymore.
He
I haven't
has
seen
crippling
him in years
arthritis.
Yes. Okay.
He can barely stand up.
Isn't he like a fall down drunk? Or
Sean Rouse is like my favorite comedian.
I used to love him, and then I had too many encounters with him where it was just like a mean, horrible person.
Yeah,
and
no,
I had to be like, I don't know who I'm gonna meet up with.
My friend Norman got him booked.
Now we're just gossiping about people that know.
That's what happens.
No,
that's what happens.
We have a terrible podcast. We told you it's bad.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
Whatever. The rule with podcasts, you just do them. You get people to subscribe. And then if it's boring in the first 10 minutes, they don't listen to it, but they forget to delete the episode or unsubscribe, and that's how you game the system and get up up in the charts.
So that's what we're doing. I get it.
Yeah, this is all just a scam.
This is springtime
This
for
is
Hitler.
all a career.
I hear ya. This is the front for I don't know what.
This is a career move, so we named it Come Town.
Well, again, I think that's smart. I think everybody's like, that's a dumb name. You're going to want to change it, and it's like, why?
I agree.
Everyone will remember Come Town forever.
That's true.
Yeah,
Done.
they'll remember
Forever.
not to hit play. If you
I
had
don't
a,
want
if
them
you
to
had
hit
a, like
play.
a name like Brookview or something, they'd be like, "What is that again?" And they might.
That
they
sounds
might
like a
go back
shitty
to it.
apartment complex.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
that's my apartment. That's my townhouse.
Yeah, I thought it just.
Brookview.
I
'Cause
thought
I
It's like gated community.
Yeah,
no, that's
yeah.
a fence.
It's
That's
so
just a
weird
fucking
where
fence.
I live. It's like everything about it is. It's like out of a like if you were gonna make a TV show about like the friendliest town in the world, everything is named exact. Like there's a suburban street.
It's
There's
called
a suburban
It's
street.
just named Suburban Street.
Yes, like there's. It's just it's so cliched. It's crazy.
Who gets to name the streets in just like a fake suburban?
The prisoners, whoever's in the jail.
town? Oh.
They make license plates and they name all the streets.
Oh,
It's true. I had a.
That's why there's so many Valdez.
Eddie Guerrero Memorial Drive. Chris Benoit Drive. Oh shit.
So you live in Central Jersey, right?
I do. I live right in the very middle. Very suburban. In fact, our town is almost just houses. Like, there's hardly anything. Like, there's obviously like supermarkets and post office and stuff, but it's not like a destination place. Like, there's no mall. Nobody comes.
Is it what? So it's like a Philly suburb,
I don't know what that means.
like a suburb of Philadelphia.
It's not.
It's not.
No, it's like an hour from Philly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an
Why
hour
do- why
from
do you live
New
all the way
York,
out
an
there?
hour from Philly.
Why
It's
all the
like
way-
10, 15 minutes from Princeton.
Oh, ooh.
That's where my daughter's
smart.
taking her robotics.
That makes sense. Were you guys friends with John Nash before he died?
Yeah, we were like
Cool.
always hanging out.
Have you ever seen the not A Beautiful Mind, but there's like a maybe it wasn't even a documentary. It was just like a short interview with John Nash, Beautiful Mind.
Yes.
His son was also crazy, but like way worse.
But just stupid.
Oh, really?
yeah,
But not like
a crazy
but not
guy
a
at
genius.
GameStop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
No,
would
he
jump
was
out of
also a
windows and
genius.
stuff.
Oh,
but
he was.
yeah. The son was also like a very
Math
good at math.
genius?
Yeah, but like very fucking crazy. There's like a video of I saw like an interview and they're interviewing John and John's like keeping it together barely in the living room, and then the son's in the other room with these like ridiculous giant like cowboy boots on.
Oh, that is some good
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
shit.
what? This is a documentary. What?
It was like a short. I don't know if it was a doc. I mean, it was like an extended interview with John Nash and his
Oh.
family that I saw. Maybe it was
Because I
from
think
a
part of
documentary.
it though is that your kids, and this is just part of the experiment I'm doing with my own child, is that they pick when you went to school and you'd be like, oh my god, this kid is nuts, and then you meet the parents and they're the exact same kind of
Right.
nuts. It's
Yeah.
like they're growing up in that.
Yeah, but
that
I mean, he
environment.
has like schizophrenia. The
It's a-
son, he
well, it's
like
also
hears
genetic,
voices
though,
and
too,
yeah.
yeah. It's both things. It's like it's the what the parents create, and it's also that kid just got really unlucky and got all his dad. Basically,
Nature versus
That's
nurture.
right. Yeah.
What is it?
That's the second hour of this. We're gonna open
Nature
it up right
versus nurture.
Yeah. So now we can
Because
get
my
into it for
daughter's like
real.
really good at joke writing. Like she's a very, very good joke
Oh,
writer.
really?
Do you want to hear one of the jokes that she wrote?
Sure.
She wrote this joke when she was maybe 6 years old.
now. Let's hear it.
She said,
Is that because you just don't know how old she is?
I know. I was like, is it 5? She said, you go on stage and you're in a wheelchair and you've got like a neck brace on and your arms in a cast, and you go up to the mic and you go to the audience. You should feel sorry for me. I'm married.
That is a great
That's
joke.
a great
funny.
joke. That's my
So
daughter's
you're
joke.
teaching your daughter to hate men at a young age. That's what I got. out
She
of that.
sees what happens in the family.
That's cool. There is some like 9-year-old girl that's like.
Oh, I hate kids.
That's doing.
I
well,
just really hate kid entertainers of almost across the
Well,
board.
because it's so almost definitely don't want to do it like themselves. There's
Yeah,
like,
no,
every
the
kid
father's
comic.
behind it. Yeah.
Remember
Ugh.
that kid in DC?
It's like what you're watching is their stupid parent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that, you really think they're sitting down and writing their dumb jokes every day?
We have
No.
a
Parents are
child
writing
comedian friend, this kid Brandon Wardell. He's like 13 or 14, and his parents have to write all of his
have to
material
write all
for
his tweets. His
him.
parents
all his
have to
tweets. His
go to
parents
World Star
mine
Hip
his
Hop.
tweets from Black Twitter and fucking.
There was this girl, and I think she's still around, but obviously she's probably like 10 years older now. But maybe she was like 16 at the time, and she would come to the Improv and do stand up, and she was like kind of cute, and but with tons of makeup, short skirt, high heels. Like people, I don't get it. I don't get why you would send your
Right.
daughter up on stage like that, and then the people at home. I'm using the word people because that's giving you guys the benefit of the doubt that those are that's how many listeners. And so you can't see what I'm doing, but he would like crouch by the side of the stage, like he was super gay. Her like stage dad, and he'd be like,
No.
like, conducting her. But also all her jokes were like, like as though like the guy was writing for like a Liza Minnelli special or
Right,
something.
right,
They were
right.
like these. And she'd inflect like a gay guy, and it was like
Right.
you're just hearing her dad like every
Yeah.
night and then you say this.
Yeah.
And here you go.
That's always what happens. There was another kid, that kid Leo, whatever the fuck his name was.
Oh,
in
yeah.
DC. It was like two divorced.
It's like asthmatic little boy.
Yeah.
That his parents would make him go do open
and his,
mics.
and
Oh,
his jokes
God.
were all about like not fucking good. Like
Oh,
it was
my
clear
God.
his dad wrote those.
That's a funny sketch though,
like-
like just like
Yeah.
how much he hates his mom.
Oh yeah, they
You
were
start
divorced.
to realize like I think your dad's
You'd be funny.
And he
Yeah.
had this like hot mom who was like hit on every comic. It was so fucked up.
You'd be
and
funny.
weird.
You have like a child comedian, but then you force him to do like, where's the birth certificate? We haven't seen it. It looks like a Muslim to me.
That's
Yes.
actually really funny.
Like, if
Yeah,
you want your
yeah.
lunch money tomorrow, you'll fucking
But
do
that's
the
the
bit.
only way that a kid comedian is going to be funny is if it's like, oh, it's like crazy because a kid shouldn't be saying that. But then,
Yeah.
then we know that the kid isn't saying
His
it.
name- it's,
Right.
Hey everybody, my name is Andrew 5 Clay. I'm 5 years old.
Yes.
So anyway, whores. Who whores?
Yeah. Luckily, my girlfriends don't even have pubes yet. Hey, hey.
My
Dad,
daughter,
can we go home?
when she was
No.
still just a baby, we would take her on stage and we'd do that. We had this one joke we would do where we go, "Where's your spleen?" And she'd go, "It got a big one."
It's a good bit.
Kids are great, huh?
Can't wait to have them.
So do you have anything that you want to plug?
Sure.
'Cause we're like we're
So
we're good to
tomorrow
go.
night, you could. I think there's still a few tickets left. Village Underground,
You're gonna
8
get the big
o'clock.
bump, the Cumtown bump, right now.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
gonna feel it. I'm gonna see it in the line when I walk up. And there's a huge line. I'll be like, "Oh, come town, you did it."
It's you just check the sex offender registry.
Yes, I know.
Run it by the guest list, the manifest, and that's whoever overlaps. Those are our guys.
That's what's happening.
Uh,
And then you can always just get my book. You're Better Than Me if you're into. People might like your listeners might like it because it's
read her book, you pieces of shit.
it's about
Yeah.
it's about getting
unsubscribe.
started in comedy and whatever.
do
It's
wanna
called
hear-
You're Better Than Me. It's on Amazon or Audible.
Cool.
I have a movie
Yeah,
on
keep
Netflix.
going.
Yeah, let's keep
It's
it
called
going.
Women
Let's
keep
Aren't
it
Funny. I don't know. Let's keep- that's a good movie. You
Women
can
Aren't
watch it.
Funny on Netflix or iTunes.
Yes, correct,
And
sir.
then the book,
Amazon or
Amazon,
Audible. You're Better
Audible.
Than Me.
Audible's audiobook, right?
Yeah,
Did you do it?
I did it.
Cool.
Whoa.
I would hire somebody.
Well, then well, this is they pay you very, very well to do the audiobook, but so then I got a hotel. They said it's going to take a week, 5 days. So I got a hotel for 5 days, and I told my husband like, okay, you got to just watch the kid. I got to do it. It's the thing I got to do. And then I finished in like a day and a half. And so then I just like walked around the city like those men that get fired from their jobs and don't tell their wives.
Right,
and they just have to
totally.
go, I'll see you later, honey.
Yeah.
That's what me. I was
See
just
ya,
like
honey.
feeding the birds.
It's a briefcase with just an apple
Going
in it.
back to the room, taking the call from my husband, like, oh, I gotta run back in there. I'm on a very short break.
My friend's mom disappeared in high school. She was like, just wound up. She spent 3 days at a bar. I remember him having like a
Jesus.
crisis about. He's like, yeah, my mom she doesn't come home in like 2 days, and we don't know where she is. And then it turned out she was just drinking.
Just went on a bender.
Yeah.
I think I kind of get it. I mean, it is. I think it's an important
I
part
would
of
do
being
that.
a mom.
If I had,
to just go on a 3-day bender. Just like not all the time, every 2 years.
Yeah.
especially if you can't drink during the pregnancy, you should get the bender in immediately.
You don't need to. You don't want to drink during your pregnancy because you're getting oxytocin like a motherfucker. I mean, it is the best drug, and if you could just have that all the time.
See, I don't. If you're an alcoholic, you want to drink.
No,
still.
I don't think you do. There are tons of alcoholics, drug addicts. They don't drink or use while they're pregnant. I mean, obviously some do, but a lot of them don't.
So why don't we just impregnate all of the women with drug problems?
Yes, I
Smart,
agree.
smart.
I think I just started my own charity.
Give them a little action.
Coming.
Or just let them
heroes.
breastfeed. That does the trick also.
Angels who come. Angels who fuck.
The cum angels.
The cum angels.
I'll do the
Breastfeeding's like
breastfeeding
a weird thing because, like, obviously my kid's 8, so I quit like 3 years ago.
I don't see you'd say that, but I don't know how long you're supposed to breastfeed.
Probably till
Well,
not much.
They
less
say
than
you're
that.
supposed to breastfeed for 2 years, but 2 years is too long. Like,
Oh, okay.
it's weird. It gets
A
weird.
2-year-old is a little person.
They can
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and they can walk.
I wrote an article a couple years ago about breastfeeding my 12-year-old, and I got a lot of people that were mad at me, and then I got a bunch of people that were like, I actually find this to be very sexy. You know, like,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
sending me like email about like wanting to.
Well, you can get addicted to breastfeeding.
Yeah,
Because
I've-
you get addicted to the oxytocin.
Really?
And that's why women, the crazy women that breastfeed until their kids are 5 or whatever, they say they're doing it for their kids, but really
I had
they're
no idea.
drug addicts.
That's
Wow.
cool.
They really are. They're like,
What a
and
drug
with
to
those
be
women we
addicted
should
to.
put back on heroin.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to fix that.
Well, it's thank you for doing
Oh,
our
on that
stupid
note.
fucking podcast.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having
it.
me.
Yeah. It's not you were on Kennedy yesterday. Check her out yesterday
wink.
on Kennedy.
Probably some YouTube.
yeah,
thing
all the
going
other
I got to
on.
get over to my show at the Village Underground.
Yeah.
We're just about to happen right now.
Yeah, Cumtown. Fucking
Cumtown episode, whatever it
5.
is,
Yeah,
5?
we're done. Bye.
What do you think? Should we do the kids?
Hello, everybody. Cumtown 6. I think this is 6.
69.
Bienvenidos de Cum Villa?
De Cam Villa.
We were gonna start this one in Spanish.
Por todos los listeners in Mexico.
Mexico. But I don't know enough Spanish.
Nah,
This
can't
is.
do that shit.
I'm sick. I've got.
Who are you, dude?
I've got a bad disease.
Oh, shit.
Thanks. But we're doing an emergency special session of the podcast in remembrance of the tragedy that happened today. Well, I guess it was last week already, but R.I.P. Harambe, guys. I'm
The
still
greatest tragedy, the greatest loss that we faced in the last week.
I keep having to find more and more stories about Harambe, and they get all these damn shootings and celebrity deaths are taken away from my Harambe.
Yeah,
cover.
today's terrorist attack is so disrespectful. To
We're not
supporting
even going to
Harambe.
talk about it. We're not even going to. I don't even want to bring it up.
That's fair.
We should address though. This came up. We got some negative comments on Twitter
Really?
from people.
For what?
Apparently, they know it's ironic, but we say the R word a little bit too much.
Well, no, but that's a deliberate political choice. on
Yeah,
our end.
it's called satire. Folks.
Yeah, we're really.
When I
We're
say
satirical as all.
when I say
goddamn fuck.
retard, I don't mean actual retarded people.
Mm-mm.
I mean fictional retarded people that I've made up to laugh at in my head.
Right.
Yeah, of
But
course.
who are really silly and goofy and are doing funny stuff.
Yeah, but they're not real. It's like like Homestar Runner. Like, remember how everyone thought Homestar Runner wasn't mean-spirited because it was a cartoon with Down syndrome, rather than it being a fucking actual boy with Down syndrome. That's what made it okay, guys. That's what satire is. And it's also like, this is one of the most intelligent podcasts you could listen to.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's
We got
getting
a lot
out
of-
there to the intelligence.
And it hurts me because there's a lot of young kids that listen to this, and this is actually, you know what, I have a letter.
Yeah, get the letter. Hold on. I think I got it.
I have
right
a
here.
letter. I got it.
Who wrote
Yeah,
this?
I got a letter. This is from one of our fans. Hi, Cumtown. My name's Dylan. I'm 5 years old. I'm gay, and I just learned how to jack off. And I wanted to thank you guys for, teaching me how to live my life as a trans 5-year-old.
Wow.
And that warms my heart, guys, to know that these fucking kids are out there, and we're touching them. We're touching these children.
We're touching these
And
small
by
trans
the end,
children.
by the end of this project, we're going to touch basically every single child in America.
Every child, every race of child, every type, size, and
Gender.
race. Give me the Ashley Graham child. Let me touch the biggest bitch 5-year-old you can find, and I'm gonna touch her mind, because I respect children and I respect our listeners. And to say that we're problematic is
That's fucked up.
it's bullshit. And you're a faggot if you're saying that.
Yeah, this is a smart show like
You're a gay fag for sure if you're saying that.
This is a smart show like the Stephen Colbert report. This is
That's
like
right.
basically
We're playing characters.
we're playing characters right now.
But we
Yeah.
just broke it. Fuck. All right.
Well, in real life, they don't even know what we are in real life.
That's
Like,
so true.
They call that the fourth wall,
yeah,
I think.
I'm a French literature professor at Columbia.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm that guy that got exonerated for rape at Columbia. The mattress guy. Wasn't he Swedish? What if he was one of the
Mattress guy?
What if he was one of the bicycle
He was
guys
one of
from the
those
Brock Turner case? He went on
to save?
save another
Okay.
girl. Yeah. And it's
You know
like,
what? The rest of his life, still a sex offender.
right. Well, it's like the
Fuck,
villain
man.
becomes the hero
Free
kind of
him.
story.
Although, did he get in trouble? He didn't get in trouble.
No, he didn't get in trouble.
Brock
that guy,
got in trouble.
Brock got in trouble.
Free Brock.
Brock got caught. Yeah, free Brock. You know what's so funny?
This is a messed up question, but he said in his letter, like, oh, yeah, no, I can't go to the Olympics. Like, was Brock good enough at swimming to go to the Olympics?
Fuck no,
Has anyone
dude.
looked that up?
There's no way he was.
Yeah,
gonna go to
I
the
don't. Well, he
Olympics.
was. They said he was an all-American swimmer, which that just means white, right? Like all-American.
Yeah,
That means white guy in my mind.
Absolutely.
I don't know what actually qualifies you to be all-American. You would know.
All
right?
American? Yeah.
You get enough stars. He had enough stars in swimming.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
earn stars and stripes in sports.
From, like, doing chores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The smaller your fucking swimming underwear is. That's what I like.
Having the
to-
tidiest locker.
Yeah, I love how swimmers are like, yeah, I shave all my body hair to be faster or whatever. It's like, yeah, an autistic person told you that. There's no way that actually has any real effect.
Also, Brock's
It might.
dad has spent so much time around little kids in bikinis his whole life.
Yeah.
Like, What a piece of shit, Brock's dad. I'm
Yeah,
not
that
gonna
is-
listen to you.
That is the worst part about Brock's dad. For
Well,
sure.
I don't know, man. It was kind of dumb that everyone was criticizing that letter as if like his dad was supposed to be like, yeah, fuck him up, fuck him up. I hate my son.
Yeah, the person
He's
who
gonna be
raised the
getting that
rapist
footlong.
is gonna be like a fucking a font of knowledge.
His dad did have a tweet that was like, Brock is going to be enjoying a different kind of footlong
Yeah.
in jail.
I did that tweet.
You did?
Yeah. I did one today for the I was like the the bright side of this whole shooting thing is that all the victims are up in heaven enjoying a different kind of
Jesus Christ!
Oh my
I couldn't
god.
help myself.
You're going to hell. You're going to hell.
If I go to hell, will I be enjoying a different kind of
Different kind of
football?
footlong. Oh.
Shit. Sorry, those are my keys.
Oh, that's too good. It's the new black box. It's
Yeah.
the plane should be made out of the black box. It's the black box of Twitter.
Yeah, it's a great joke. I really don't think there's been enough time with Brock Turner yet. That guy should have postponed that shooting until. I guess he had to do it during Pride Week, aka Gay Ramadan, so it has the most effect.
Absolutely.
That's what they should do. To get back at him, they should change the name of Pride Week to Gay Ramadan.
Gay Ramadan. Just fucking pictures of Muhammad sucking other Muhammads off.
Yeah,
Something to
but we
think
didn't get
about.
enough. We didn't get enough time with that Brock story.
I think it's still. Yeah, you're right. It's probably gone now.
No, it's gone. Yeah, now it's going to be this shooting thing. And I don't know if you saw this. About an
Yeah.
hour ago, they arrested some white guy with like a gun in his car outside the Pride Parade in L.A.
What?
Yeah. Oh, and I read the article. I told Adam already. I read the article, and there was
oh my god.
there was a line in the article where they're like talking. It's like buried in there where they're talking about like a representative from the Anaheim Police Department stated that they take Disneyland very seriously. Just be that cop, and it's like, yeah, Mickey's real. He's fucking real, and we protect him. Goofy's real. Mickey and Goofy are real. I'm friends with them, and I keep them safe.
And I take him serious.
I take them very fucking seriously. There's nothing. I mean, I know his name is Goofy, but there's nothing,
nothing
goofy.
funny.
There's nothing goofy about Goofy the dog. He's a businessman. I respect him. I respect his choices as a father. The way he raises Max. Frankly, I wouldn't let him listen to some of that music that he enjoys. I mean,
He probably shouldn't be hanging out with Pauly Shore either. But
yeah, that movie sucked.
Goofy movie.
Yeah.
I have nothing but
Are
positive.
you
I have nothing
for
but
real
positive
right now?
I
thoughts
remember
about
not
it.
liking it as a kid.
Powerline, like Max's favorite star, was so cool. That song was so cool.
You know what I think it was? I think I was embarrassed of my own father, and it struck a nerve with me as a kid, and I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. There were too many similarities.
I love that movie too because it's just like everyone's a Goofy.
Yeah.
Like there's no fucking mice. There's no like where.
Yeah.
What universe is this? What is Goofy?
They're
Is there a
dogs.
different planet?
They're all
It's just
dogs.
They're human-like dogs. They have
Yeah.
human bodies.
Yeah, but where did fucking Donald fucking Duck go? You know
Well,
what I'm
is
saying?
Pete supposed to be a cat? The neighbor, Pete the cat.
I
I
think
think he's a
fat-ass
cat.
dog.
Yeah.
He's just a big dog.
Was he a dog? I thought he was a fat cat.
Oh,
We need
maybe.
to watch. We need to rewatch this.
Yeah.
Well, they all go back to what is it? Steamboat Willie, the original Mickey cartoon.
Yeah,
It's Mickey
yeah.
Mouse, and then
It
his
was the
boss
first
is Pete.
animation.
So it's Mickey's boss.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why isn't Mickey in the?
That's
Goofy
what I'm
movie?
fucking saying. There's no
Right, they
fucking
don't live in the
mice.
same town. He lives in an all goofy person
So
town.
it's segregated. It's
Yeah.
by species.
In the Disney world, there is segregation. It is. Well, Walt Disney was an avowed racist.
That's
Everyone
right.
knows that.
Well, actually,
anti-Semite.
you remember the show Doug? I don't know if I brought this up on the podcast
I don't think you
before.
have.
but- So you know how like in Doug, like Skeeter's green and the friend is blue?
Rogers. Yeah.
Initially, they wanted the show to be like, let's make it multiracial. Let's have like his best friend's Hispanic, and like there's a black kid, and like Nickelodeon or whatever back in '87, whenever that show was being pitched, they were like, just make them purple and stuff. And they were like, I think actually making them a different race might be too much, so let's just make them something that nobody can relate
Give
to.
him
right?
disgusting green skin. Give him jaundice instead of making him Hispanic.
I want one of them to be their race to be booger because that's more pleasant than actual black guy. I think. If we do that. I gotta do. Speaking of trial, I gotta do jury duty tomorrow.
Oh fuck
Do
you,
you,
scared,
have
dude?
jury duty like once a month? What, didn't you just
That's
have
what
jury
happens,
duty?
man. If you're a full-blooded white guy,
They want you up there.
Yeah,
They know you
Because
don't
you
have
understand
better shit
justice.
to
My
do.
family came over on the Mayflower, dude.
You're a good judge of character.
Yeah. No, I had to postpone it last time. 'Cause I
Oh.
had shit to do, and I postponed it to this one. And I can't. And that's where I saw there was a guy in line
With the PlayStation.
What happened?
There's some old black guy in line at jury duty last time that was just carrying a PS4.
No, I like to believe that it was the box for
It
the
was the
PS4
box.
he was using as a briefcase,
That's
which
what
is
it
even
was.
funnier.
Wait,
you know what? It's not funnier because it's so sad. He's
Yeah.
like the guy from The Pursuit of Happiness,
making
except
fun
the
of a
child
poor
died.
guy,
Like,
yeah.
he's trying to get that child back. It's Pursuit of Happiness 2. I got PlayStation.
Yo, it was a briefcase though. He wasn't like playing PS4 for
It was the PlayStation 4 box that has like a handle on it, and he was
Oh,
using
God.
that as a briefcase.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine, whatever like court case that is, to have to be the other side of that when you're like, actually, he should go to jail. I'd have to fucking lock that guy up. That poor.
What if he was a lawyer? What if he was like
Yeah,
the
just a
public
Lionel
defender? It's just like
He's a lawyer for that retarded guy that accosted you outside of the Yankees game.
yeah.
Oh,
That was so good, dude.
that guy knew the whole
What are you
schedule
doing here?
of the
And
Yankees
he talked like Daffy Duck. Too. That was the best.
2016 season. He's
You
like,
guys, one of you
Yeah,
tell the story.
when we were at we went to a Yankees game, and I was wearing an Orioles shirt, you know, as just to be a dickhead, and some guy came out and fucked immediately at the end of the game. Some guy just comes up to me. He's like, "What are you doing here? The Orioles are at home against the Texas Rangers right now." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "The Orioles, they're not here until July 30, whatever the he had like the exact like day." Down, and he just had like a nice fat. He had a fro.
He knows
had a
the whole
mustache,
schedule,
He knew the
yeah.
whole schedule, and he talked. Yeah, he was just like an adult, autistic man who loved the Yankees so much, and he accosted me about it. Had the funniest voice I've ever heard in my life, probably.
Well, he
That was-
also had that like black guy mustache that you don't see them have very much anymore, where it's just like a solid black,
Yeah, there's
just
no
that
nose.
thick black, like this.
Trebek
strip they
has
have.
one like that.
What's that?
Alex Trebek's got one of those. Steve
Harvey had one.
Stephen
Where they
P.
just have
Harvey.
like a cigar on their face,
Yeah.
like this big fucking
yeah.
fat. I wish I could grow a mustache like that. I can't.
I can't grow a
get like
mustache at all.
well, I can't grow a mustache at all. I can't grow it in the middle. Let me tell you guys something. That news story that we didn't get enough time with, I'd like
Yes,
to go back to.
Please.
The Gary Condit Chandra Levy thing.
Oh
What do you
hell
guys
yeah!
think? 9/11 really ruined that shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's
That
talking
happened.
about that.
That happened in September of
It happened
2001.
early September.
2001.
So we were all talking about 90. Why is
Matt
OJ shit so big this year? Why is like 90s? Are we gonna go through all 90s news stories, or are we bored with our own news
No,
stories?
they're doing that because if you look on Netflix now, there's been a resurgence of like shitty, well not shitty, but like 90s, I guess summer thrillers and blockbusters. They're all like I watched what was it, Fatal Attraction the other night, which might be the funniest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Glenn Close looks like absolute dog shit in that movie.
That's the woman. I haven't
She
seen
looks, yeah.
it. She's the one he leaves like his wife. What is it? What's the plot of the movie?
Yeah, so he has a hot wife. I forget who the wife is played by, but she's like this hot, like fucking some European actress or something. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, but she was
trust her.
hot. And then he meets Glenn Close, who looks like a fucking like hair metal meth addict.
It looks like a
She
roadie.
looks like an early trance. That's what she
Yeah,
looks like.
she does.
When the surgery was
Yeah.
very new,
Yeah.
you know, she retains most of her masculine features. Sort of like a whatever.
Yeah,
flew
she
over
took
to fucking
she took
Denmark.
one hormone. She had one, not hormones. She had one
She
singular
took one
hormone.
She's barely.
Yeah. She sucked on a ball for like 30 minutes, and then she's like, "I'm finished. They finished me, love." Yeah,
And
that's-
Michael Douglas can just not.
yeah, he
stop
can't
fucking
stop.
her.
He's like, his wife goes out of town for like 45 minutes, and he's like, "I have to fuck you," and he fucks her. And then Glenn Close is already not an attractive woman,
Sure.
and in this movie, she's like really particularly fucking bad. Like, have you ever seen like the white trash in Florida?
Oh yeah.
Like
sure.
that's
Yeah.
the look. I said the other day she looks like when Uncle Fester gets electrocuted in the bathtub. Her like eyes are all sunken in her head, and she's like very white.
Well, that
What about
picture
that
you
pussy,
sent me,
though?
I think that was like an 80s style, but there was like the raccoon around the
Yeah,
eye.
she
style.
got she had raccoon eyes, and then her hairline starts in the middle of her head, like fucking Elizabeth I, and she's got this shitty, like frizzy mop of blonde hair. And Michael Douglas just cannot stop fucking her, and she's like cutting herself and threatening to ruin his life, and he's like, I just need more. I think it was a euphemism for like bad cocaine or something, or the crack epidemic or something in the 80s. That might be
That's
what it
deep.
be. It might
You
be
directed
smart.
it?
Me, I did. That's
You-
why I'm fucking. It's a satire. It's Paul Verhoeven. That's who did it. But yeah, and Michael Douglas was in like a bunch of these like movies where he just has like weird bad sex with women, like this weird like middle-aged sex where it's like you're not. Yeah, I watched the other one, which actually is Verhoeven, I think. Basic Instinct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I get those two.
yeah,
conflated.
and he goes.
Wait. You said that you saw Fatal Attraction. I confuse those two movies all the
No,
time.
because Sharon Stone's hot, dude.
Yeah, she shows her pussy.
Yeah, you see her
Yeah.
pussy in
Yeah.
that movie.
I fucked her before.
But then Michael Douglas fucking in those movies is like it's always the woman being like, I don't want you to make love to me. I want you to fuck me. And then he's like always about to bite them. He's always like making he's just like sucking air through his teeth, like he's about to fucking bite him. And then whenever he sticks his dick in, they both have this like pained express. Like, have you ever seen cats fuck? Like where it's
Oh,
this
it's
traumatic
terrifying.
incident. Yeah, like two male barnacles that fuck each other to death. That's like the vibe of Michael Douglas's sex scenes.
Was he the cuck in Unfaithful?
No, that was
Who was
fuck.
the husband? I think he was the cuck in Unfaithful.
No, wasn't that fucking Richard Gere?
That was Richard Gere. You're very right.
Bitch.
Swish.
I know that shit, bitch.
The Richard Gere gerbil rumor it keeps being funny to me.
It's the best. It's the
It'll
best.
never. You know what I need to do as soon as we're wrapped up with this? Do a series of tweets about Harambe living inside of Richard Gere's ass.
Folks, you're getting to see Extremely Online guys.
This is the
thought
process.
right? Unfolding before your
You're
eyes.
letting them into the process.
Before your damn ears.
Yeah, no, I mean it's so funny to me.
Well, you and I remember when you and I and Jake were talking about the Rod Stewart one, and we
Oh,
did
yeah,
the
yeah,
math
yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
So the rumor, Rod Stewart, there's a rumor that he OD'd, and like they saved him at the hospital at a party, right?
He OD'd at a party and had to go to the hospital.
Oh, right.
And they pump his stomach.
And
what was it?
there's 2 liters of semen. There's a drug cocktail and 2 liters of semen. We're just like, wow, that's like a tremendous amount of semen. So we did. So if you look at the median load of a guy,
Yeah.
and then you divide that into 2 liters of semen, it's like he would have had to suck. How many was it?
It was.
Like,
I think I'm pulling it.
it was
I
in the
remember,
700s.
Yeah, it was like 722.6.
Yo, what if he was I love that he's maybe just saving his own jizz.
Rod
Maybe
Stewart.
he's just coming into a fucking
Well,
bucket.
yeah, that is one option. He had some sort of
I think so.
refrigerated jizz situation.
There's no other way. Unless he's just a large bukkake.
No, he had to have sucked. I mean, first of all, the story's real. So,
It's a true
That's
story
number one.
about
Let's get that out
Rod
of the way
Stewart
right now.
sucking 723.
it's
men's
one of those
penises.
Yeah.
Before what? How long does it take to metabolize? Like 6 hours.
You have to remember this is
Oh,
this is
true,
the
true.
1980s too. So this is like a big Hollywood party. Michael Douglas is fucking like a broom with tits drawn on it. He's high on cocaine
An
in the
upside down
background.
room with a
Richard
frowny
Gere,
face.
Richard Gere walks in. He's like, "Does anyone have a gerbil?"
Just all the urban
Right,
legends.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Prince is getting his ribs removed so that he can suck
his own
Marilyn
dick.
Manson's dick.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how that got confused.
I think those rumors do get like applied to multiple celebrities.
Yeah, well, it's colloquial, depending on
Yeah,
when I was a kid, I remember it was Marilyn Manson that
Sucking his own dick.
sucking his
Yeah,
own
yeah,
dick,
I remember that.
and then it wasn't until adulthood that I heard that it was Prince doing it.
Oh, I never heard Prince. This is the first time I've heard that.
Do you remember when Ciara came out and everyone's like,
She's
"Yo,
a female.
she's got a penis, guy.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman."
I don't remember that one.
Starting her music career.
I do remember Lil Bow Wow got raped by his bodyguard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And-
that's true.
Is it? Because someone told me it wasn't. And
Wait,
I think it's
and
true.
that was like me finding out Santa isn't real at like 22 years old. Is that the little Bow Wow story wasn't real?
I think it's real.
See, I mean, check, because I'm pretty sure.
And someone from B2K got raped, I think, also.
B2K stood for Boys of the 21st Century, just in case anyone.
I think
wanted to-
Roger from Moesha raped B2K.
Oh my!
I'm not even kidding. That's the rumor I heard.
Wait, Roger from Sister Sister?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Batman. That was his stage name, right?
Was it?
Yeah, he went into
He's a
R&B
Santa?
after that. Yeah, because no, he went. He's like an
Singer.
R&B guy. Because he, I remember that like Roger was the fucking nerd, and he did like a similar Stefan thing. Well, he hit
Right.
puberty in between seasons, and like he went from being like little Roger to then he was like. You
Oh,
know,
it wasn't Roger. It was TJ, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, that was Smart Guy. Never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was Smart Guy, bitch.
Yo, this is the most 90s ass podcast we've ever
Only
had.
90s
guys.
kids.
Yeah.
know.
Only 90s cuts. Gary
Only
Condit.
true ass.
Well, that's what you do. Like, you know, we were joking about that show, Vinyl. Like, fucking baby boomers love being like, oh, man, the 70s. Yo, dude, I've fucked so many women that look like Glenn Close. And they reminisce on the 70s. And you're like, shut the fuck up. And then we're going to do that. But we're going to be like 40 years old and be like, Doug. It was a multicultural
Roger.
show. Nobody did it like us.
Roger from fucking Moesha. I remember the Sierra thing though. I remember, and it did not deter me from beating off the Sierra, and I think that's what opened up me thinking I would fuck a trans
Really?
woman. Yeah, I'm in there for sure.
You know what? You know what one was great is the Jamie Lee Curtis one. Where
Oh,
like
yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis was a hermaphrodite, and it was because she had like short hair.
Yeah. Because she had like she was a jarhead.
She
Yeah,
had the
yeah.
biggest tits in the world.
Oh, yeah,
It was
dude.
like- it's just
I
like-
would titty fuck the shit out of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Dude,
Yeah.
are you serious?
Yeah, I'm
That
serious,
was one of
dude.
Me
my
too,
first
man.
boners was True Lies when she does the strip dance scene.
Oh, how about fucking in
Yo, what's up with like every movie where Arnold has a kid? The kid's name is Jamie.
yeah,
Is that
I have
real?
to save
Yeah,
Jamie.
Jamie! It's Christmas, Jamie! Jamie,
He's a
don't
turbo
forget,
man.
we have to get a present!
The Turbo Man.
Jamie!
I did not know that was the case.
Yeah, and in every movie he had like his name was like John Anderson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love.
I'm
this shit.
from Cleveland.
I'm a police officer
I'm a cop.
from Los Angeles, born and raised.
He's the big he's one of my
He's the king, dude.
He's the biggest overachiever of all time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he didn't work for it. He worked for that body.
Well, his dad was a Nazi. I mean, you know, people
Yeah.
complain
they
about their
instill
fathers.
values in you.
Well,
at a young
imagine if your
age.
father's wasn't he a Nazi police officer? He was
I
like
don't
a
know.
He was an Austrian cop.
He was an
Yeah.
Austrian cop, but that was also a Nazi sympathizer. or something.
Well, I
So
mean,
imagine
they
you have a
annexed
Nazi cop
Austria.
dad. How are you not going to be the most jacked fucking dude in the entire
Well, then
world?
the whole country should be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that's true. Dude. Wow,
He got
profound.
you.
Thanks.
He got you, bitch.
Yo.
R.I.P. Harambe.
Yo, but like, listen. Here's this guy, this like mongoloid, like gland case. That's like, I'm gonna be the strongest guy in the world, and then he became the strongest guy in the world,
Yeah.
and then he's like, I'm gonna be the biggest movie star, despite the fact that I cannot speak English.
Right. Well, he was like a real estate
in an
mogul, too.
intelligible manner whatsoever.
Right.
And then he became the biggest fucking movie star in America.
Well, it
And
was
then he-
right time, right place for him. I think the 1980s were a weird thing. Like after the Vietnam War and before the Gulf War, there was like this weird period in American cinema where the idea of like an American hero evaporated because they like lionized World War II in American cinema.
Right, yeah.
So you have all these movies like glorifying the American GI and what a hero is.
Right.
And then everybody hates the fucking military after Vietnam, and nobody gives a shit about like American values anymore after Nixon and stuff. And so all of like the American heroes in the 1980s are like, you know, Europeans on steroids.
Right,
you know,
right,
it's
right,
like
right, right.
Jean-Claude Van Damme and, you know, Arnold and shit.
Stallone had a nice run
Sylvester.
Supposed to be
there.
a literal robot. Yeah, Stallone.
Sly.
But but he sounds European because he has like Bell's palsy or some shit.
Well, and
Dave-
also Rambo is like
He
so
did
anti.
porn, right? Before he became, he was
Yeah,
living
he
in the.
did one.
in-
Yeah.
He was living in
saw his hog. It was pretty big.
the bus station at Times Square. What's that shit? The Port,
Port
Authority.
Authority?
Yeah, he was living there, and he saw an ad for softcore porn.
Whoa, is Sylvester Stallone here?
Yeah.
Yo, how you guys doing right now? I wish I could do better.
Yeah, no, he did
He
porn.
did a porno. I watched.
I'll be right back. Ken?
You know,
And
this-
then I think
this-
you can see his dick.
the story of Rocky's pretty cool because he wrote that fucking piece of shit, and
Hey, come
and then he sold it, and he was like, I want to direct it and be in the movie. You're not getting it.
Right.
And then they fucking,
Mhm.
you know, they were like, no, we'll give you this amount of money, and he fought for it and fought for it,
Yeah,
and he took like a lower amount of pay to be in it, and now, you know.
yeah, it's fucking.
You
incredible.
won
It's
Best Screenplay at the Academy Awards.
My friend Matt told me a story that like Sylvester Stallone, like he has a friend that's family friends with Sylvester Stallone, and you know they've known them for years, and they went horseback riding on their like with their horses in Maryland somewhere in like Western Maryland, and Sylvester Stallone fell off his horse and like stubbed his thumb and started crying. He's a grown man.
I love this fucking slander, this sly slander we got going on. here.
I heard from one guy told me that another guy that he knows said that Sylvester Stallone cried, dude. I'll fucking kick his ass. If I see him right
Dude,
now,
he's a bitch,
he's
dude.
a fucking bitch, dude. I'll kick his ass.
Yeah, fuck Sly, yeah.
So what's going on in the world of monster trucks? That's the monster truck segment.
Oh,
Monster
the
Truck Rally.
bone. What's his name? The
Gravedigger.
Gravedigger is always. I feel like since we were kids, been around.
He's always Well, that's like the number 2 truck after Bigfoot. You know what I want to do? I wanted to print out my own Gravedigger shirts with Gravedigger on them, and like go to an event, like a monster truck event, and set up a little table and start selling them, and see how long it takes before they notice and shut me down. But it says Gravedigger on it, or well, it's got Gravedigger on it, the picture Gravedigger, and then it says Digger Lover.
Jesus Christ.
And you see how many you can
That's
sell.
pretty good.
I think people would buy them.
They would sell out quick, dude.
Yeah.
The monster truck
Have you
demographic
been to a monster
and the
truck rally?
N-word pun demographic.
Yeah. I
You
went
been?
to a Monster Jam at US Air Arena when I was like 5.
Was it good?
I don't know. I was 5. I was there with my grandma. I remember being very
Oh,
loud.
nice. I
And then I
fucked
went
her.
to another monster truck event pretty recently. Me and Dana went to one at like a fair, and it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
It's
It
not
seems
as
like it would
cool.
suck.
Yeah, my friend just went for his.
Oh,
first
fuck
one in
off.
Boston. He went to one, and he said it was kind of underwhelming.
Welcome back to another video about the Killer Bean PC and console game. I know it's been a long time since I made a video, and I have a really good reason for that. It's because I've been working really hard, and this is one of the things I wanted to show you today, the new city environment. And this is pretty much an open world environment. It's not completely done, so things are looking a little rough around the edges, like that car, for example. There's a lot of bare spots right now. I would say this is about 50% done, but this is completely open world. So you can go anywhere you want in this city. You can eventually leave the city and go walk around on the rest of the island. So some of you might already know that this game is an open world roguelike. If you want to know more about the Killer Bean PC game, then head on over to Steam and search for Killer Bean, and you can see all the info about the game.
Holy shit, no fucking shit. He's making what the first chicken shit? Give me that chicken shit right now. Give me that fucking chicken shit. Killer Bean. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, 2023. Hell yeah, I'm so hyped. No. I'm really interested to see how he's gonna make it, because like the acrobatics that in the game, in the show, and here it's gonna be. I mean, right here, this move that he does, like just dive in mid-air and it turns into slow motion. That actually reminds me of Total Overdose. So it's a mechanic that's already been done. As for him getting close to the enemies, so close to melee him, I mean, that's just a normal like melee attack. So it's not spectacular. It's not exactly gonna be like the movie. The movie is always gonna be superior, but it's nice. It's nice. It's okay. I see. He's just using guns to destroy a tank. I mean, I don't think that's gonna really work out. It's not gonna be too powerful. It's a weak game. You see. It's gonna have co-op. I mean, it remains to be seen how co-op is gonna be implemented, because, like, he's a solo killer. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm hyper excited for this. I'm excited as hell. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's play the video.
There, and while you're there, please wishlist the game, because that's really important to me, and that's going to help me out a lot. I highly appreciate any wishlist I can get. So basically, the game will have 3 factions. It will have the Shadow Beings, Bad Beings, and also Mercenaries. So the Bad Beings in the game, right now they're all trying to kill me. For some reason, I guess they all don't like me. But in the real game, the Bad Beings may or may not like you. Meaning they might think you're friendly, or they might want to just shoot you. And that depends highly on the quest and the campaign you have. Because it's a roguelike game, that means every time you start a new campaign, the story, the missions, characters, everything will change. So on one run, Bad Beings might be friendly to you, depending on how you treat them, of course. And on another run, Mercenary Beings might be friendly, or they might be foes. And the Shadow Beings will always be your foe. They will always try to kill you if they see you. So this city is mostly inhabited by Bad Beings. There will be multiple gangs in this city.
So, I'm thinking of roguelite games, I'm thinking of The Binding of Isaac, but you're saying this is going to be an open world game, so it remains to be seen how you're going to make that, because I think Risk of Rain, it was recommended on the side. Risk of Rain is a roguelite game, I guess, then in that case, but like, still, that it has enemies that spawn that come to you. In this game, it looks like you're supposed to be walking, like it's a Grand Theft Auto, but not really. So again, it remains to be seen how it is going to be a roguelite. For now, all I see is an action game, but...
Well, gangs might randomly try to fight each other, or they might align with each other, or they might actually help out the main mob boss that controls the city. So the mob boss really, more or less, owns the city, and it's going to be a different mob boss every time you play the game. If you're wondering if Cappuccino is going to be in the game, no, he will not be in this game.
Ah, you asshole! Give us Cappuccino!
Unfortunately, he passed away in Killer Bean Forever, so
Yeah.
there will be new mob bosses.
Okay.
And depending on the story
Ooh.
that you get for your run, you might align with the mob boss, you might have to assassinate the mob boss, or you might do jobs for the mob boss, like clear out rival gangs in different parts of cities. And mercenaries, of course, might say, hey, clear out the mob boss in this city and we'll give you whatever. So let's talk about the different missions and how they're going to work in the city.
Also, again, you're making a game centered around this character, right? This character from a movie you made, right? In the movie, well, he again, you're thinking of roguelites, you also get upgrades and stuff, and you get upgraded, because, again, you start a run, you get gear, and along the game it gets better gear until you die, and then you start over, right? Yeah, that sounds like that's a roguelike, that's what he's saying, but you know, I'm pretty sure he won't change his guns in any way because his guns are his signature weapons. You know, again, you're making a game centered around a movie character, so people are gonna want to see that movie character. Okay, it's like making an Iron Man game and he's gonna have different Iron Man suits. I know that's already an established thing, but it's gonna be a new suit completely unrelated to it. You see what kind of like, you know, or he's gonna get super fast speed like the Flash because you can upgrade his booster rockets or something. It's just like, it remains to be seen, right? But, you know.
Each building that is in the city will have a door that, depending on the quest, you might be able to enter the building and it's going to load a new scene. So you can't physically open the door and walk into the building and walk out of the building and be in the city again. It's going to be like most games where it loads a new scene and you're inside of some interior building. That way I can keep everything fresh. Everything will change all the time. So what mission might be, say, in this building, and you have to retrieve some item inside this building, return it to someone else in another part of the city. Or you can go in, clear out every single bad guy in this building, things like that. It really depends on the mission you get for that run. Now, the vehicles here, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about vehicles. I know probably...
Now, another thing here is, again, it remains to be seen how it's going to turn out, but from what I've seen right now, with him jumping on the enemies with slow motion, you know, he just does a side jump. That was literally a thing in Total Overdose. Like, look at this. Hold on. Total Overdose, spicy move. Like, it's somebody's Let's Play. But watch this. Right? He runs. Okay, he needs to use a gun. Here you go. So, in Total Overdose, you could have hit the space bar to make a sideways jump. And if there's enemies on the map actively shooting you during the time you do that, the game slows down. And you can then kill the enemies in a slow-mo jump. And this game basically is going to have the same mechanic. You can't actually go and perform insane acrobatic special assassin ninja moves like he did in the movie, because that was a flash animation or whatever he used to make that animation. But in here, it's just going to be a simple game mechanic where, like in Total Overdose, you hit space, you jump, and do the slow motion thing. As for just normal shots and the melee combat, it's really quite simple. So, you know, you're going to have to not rely on the movie a lot, because obviously you can't make a perfect adaptation, but, you know, there you go. But here's see?
Spicy move.
And you can just spicy move. See? You jump in midair and yeah. So that's what I'm comparing it to. It's just like that. So anyway,
everyone wants to be able to hijack.
Also, I love how he's basically saying how he called this video Killer Bean in GTA 6. It's like, come on, dude, you don't have to chill out like that. Don't be like Lispy Jimmy.
Vehicle, like kick someone out and just drive a vehicle by yourself. I'm gonna work towards that. The vehicle thing is gonna be next on the list. I haven't really.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Some of these guys are whacked out. I thought I figured out the bugs, but got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
So the vehicles, you'll definitely be able to drive vehicles. In the next update, I'll make vehicles for this game that you can...
I love how he says in the next update, the game isn't even out yet. I mean, he is still, like, solo developing it.
Drive. This is all going to be revamped.
I'm wondering who's this guy talking. Is this, like, Jeff Liu talking, or who's talking here? Who does this channel belong to?
And I don't even know if I'm going to make these vehicles follow traffic rules. So there's really no law in this city except for who rules the city, which is the mob boss. There's going to be random things happening during your game. So, for example, say the mob boss knows about you and they don't like you. They will send out their security team to try to hunt you down whenever they see you. Other things that could happen are, say you enter the city and the shadow beams know you're in the city. They're going to activate a shadow beam somewhere in the city saying, so-and-so shadow beam, your activated killer beam is in your city. Go find him and hunt him down. So there's going to be lots of different random things happening while you're in the city. It's not just about going to do one quest and then, going to another quest, things like that. There might be other things like curfews or gangs rioting where there's complete chaos in the city and the mob boss really loses control. All that stuff is basically in the city. There's going to be much more in this game other than just cities. You can venture out of the city, go into the island, where you'll find mostly mercenaries or other inhabitants. Bad beans will mostly be inside the cities. And there's going to be small towns too. Bad being controlled towns, things like that. The mercenaries will control military bases, outposts, bunkers, random things which I won't announce yet. It's gonna be cool, don't worry guys. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening in the cities right now. There will be other things I'm gonna include, like warehouses, of course. You can't have a Killer Bean game without a warehouse. Probably not. So you're going to have warehouses where you might actually do mundane tasks like moving crates from one shelf to another shelf, and you'll get rewards for that. So you can actually do bad bean jobs, get paid some reward, but of course bad beans don't make that much. Oh, the other thing in this update, while I'm doing some combat, is I kind of tweaked the ragdoll. So the ragdoll I feel like works much better. Like I'll let this guy shoot me. Oh, by the way, this guy's wearing a welder's helmet, so he's more of like an armored type of bean. Check out my ragdoll. Boom. So eventually, whatever the beans are wearing will pretty much define who they are. So that welder's bean helmet will give that guy more like tank health, things like that. He might be slower, shoot slower, but he'll have way more health. I don't have it implemented right now because it's still early. I haven't worked with the AI that much, but it's coming. Don't worry, guys. Alright guys, so that was a huge update. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, please go to Steam and wishlist Killer Bean on Steam because that really helps me out and I really appreciate every wishlist I can get. So yeah, check out Killer Bean on Steam and I will see you guys next time.
תגידו, למה אתם תקועים בבנק שלכם? אנחנו לא תקועים בבנק שלנו, פשוט מאוד מרוצים בדיסקונט, גם האפליקציה.
Okay.
First, I want to say thank you for all the great feedback and comments for the Killer Bean game. The response has been incredible, and it really motivates me to finish this game and make it as great as it can be. Now, to answer some of your questions.
What is the Killer Bean game?
This game is an open-world, third-person, roguelike shooter, based on the character and story of Killer Bean.
Who is Killer Bean?
The best way to find out is to watch the movie Killer Bean Forever, which is free on YouTube.
I'm wondering.
What?
That crap. Whatever. Back to Comtown. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
I believe that shit, dude. I would want to go, but it's just anywhere there's that many fucking people, and the people that love monster truck rallies.
You want to go
have to be around.
You want to have
them.
your own private monster truck
I
event?
want to have
Like a Bond villain?
I want to have a fucking. I want an audience with fucking Gravedigger, dude. I want a private audience with Gravedigger.
I want to go.
in a fucking robe.
I watched the like the modern Marvels on monster trucks, and they were like talking about how the drivers don't have fans, and the drivers get like fucked up, dude. They get like their spines broken and shit, and they just cycle them out. And it's like, really, people only care about the trucks.
They're unsung heroes. The
fucking
trucks
hilarious.
are like
The
characters.
trucks are the stars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
How much do you
Holy
fucking
shit.
make to be a monster truck driver?
$22,000 a year.
That's not bad.
No, they got to be Teamsters, right? How funny would it be if
That's
they were
union.
Teamsters? Yeah,
They're fully union.
yeah. I ain't doing that. I drove over a car last week. Get me a fucking sandwich. The trucks just sit there all day long. Get paid $9,000.
That's not bad.
$9,000 a day. Yeah, that's how much Teamsters make.
I want to go to the
Not at
RNC.
Yeah, Brandon Wardell's going.
I know.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
Brandon Wardell's being sent there by like Nickelodeon, GAC, and fucking Gogurt.
He's got some great insights into the world of politics.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're doing. They're sending me to the RNC, and I'm gonna be like, yo, nice to see your hair. It's whack, Donald Trump. That's gonna be the entirety of what they pay him, $250,000 to go
He's
there.
gonna like get them to dab or something.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna be like, I just taught the Soldier Boy dance to the delegates from Guam.
The Hillary campaign should seriously fucking poach Brandon. They should hire Brandon.
Honestly, really, they should.
They should. That would
They're
be.
sort of doing
He's
that
good at
already, right?
memes. He should
Yeah,
just-
he would be great for them. And then also we could relentlessly bully Brandon about doing that for the rest of his fucking short life.
Short.
Oh yeah, dude. The more money he gets, he's gonna overdose on sneakers or whatever the fuck.
Oh, did you guys? I forgot to ask.
Diddy's water.
Did
Yeah.
you congratulate Trump for predicting the terrorist attack?
Oh man, that was the best tweet
what a
of the
champion.
day. Yeah.
yeah, everyone's saying thank you to me.
Yeah.
Everyone's congratulating me. I want to say thank you for congratulating me, but it's, let's give it a day or two before I graciously accept that I was right about Muslims.
Oh god.
He's the king.
He's a fucking hero, man.
So now it's like basically we get a fascist versus an imperialist, and we have to choose. Everyone's
Whoa,
gonna choose
stop with the
imperialist.
hot takes over there, buddy.
That's my take, guys. I know the
Imperialist.
I know the Chapo heads are
actually,
listening.
sorry guys, you're not allowed to say hot takes anymore. That
That's Brandon.
belongs to
I'm
Brandon
sorry.
Wardell.
Yeah,
Copyright
Brandon
free,
bought it, yeah.
the Brandon Wardell Corporation. It's Fam Entertainment Incorporated. They own Hot Takes now.
N-word media.
Please let me say the N-word media.
It's just called N-word media.
Fuck.
No.
Because I'm never going to stop.
Because I'm never gonna say.
Dude, this guy's a pro fucking driver. Damn, Gravedigger. Holy shit.
I got to stretch.
You gotta stretch it out. Should we take a break?
Yeah.
Probably
Take a damn
take-
break.
We'll take a quick fiver and then we'll.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
Look right down in a crowded hall. You see there's a beauty standing. Is she really everywhere? Or a reflection? One always comes out to you. The other shy and quiet. Could there be two different girls who look the same at Sweet Valley, Sweet Valley High, Sweet Valley, Sweet Valley, Sweet Valley High.
Seen it before. Come on, dude. Damn, that was nice timing.
Okay, we're back from break.
Back from break. It's Puerto Rican rattlesnake Adam Friedland.
Puerto Rican rattlesnake Stavros Halkias.
And the original Puerto Rican rattlesnake, me. It's actually Puerto Rican Pride Week. It's Puerto Rican Gay Pride Week.
Puerto Rican Gay Pride Week.
No, it is Puerto Rico Week, which I feel like they have too often here in New York.
It's Lin-Manuel Miranda is the head of the parade.
How about this? Here's a good compromise. No more gentrification. You get rid of that fucking parade. We take it away from them.
Dude,
What do they do for the parade?
The crazier parade around here is the Caribbean one.
They go
The
buck-ass
oh, you
wild?
say it pirate style.
I say pirate style.
I always,
Really?
I
That's a
always wondered
choice.
that.
It's an aesthetic
Caribbean,
choice.
bitch.
It's an aesthetic
It's
choice.
Caribbean. I've never heard anyone say Caribbean until the Pirates of the Caribbean movies
Yeah.
came out.
That's how I say
Remember
it.
we say
You've said it
wrong.
like that your whole life?
My whole life, yeah.
I do. I actually do a bit.
Bullshit.
I do a
I have
bit about
immigrant
that. About
parents.
how no one talks it says it that way until those movies came out. Because I say, you know what my thing is? I say Reese's Pieces. I can't stop doing that. I don't know why.
Reese's, baby.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese PC.
Yo, let me get some Reese's. Do you have Reese's Pieces?
They fucking say, that's how people say that shit in Baltimore.
I don't think it's a regional thing. I think I'm just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, my friends are dumb as well.
I used to say like reindeer zing, like when I saw those signs. like-
Oh.
School like children zing.
Oh, everybody does that. Xmas. I say Xmas.
Oh no, I figured out Xmas. but
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out zing until I was like.
I thought it meant that there.
41.
I thought it meant that there were Chinese children
Yeah.
playing. Beware, Chinese children ahead.
There's a zing coming up.
Children, ching, ching, wow, ching, wow, ching. I'm not going to be able to be racist towards Chinese anymore. I'm leaving Chinatown.
moving?
Where are
I
you
finally-
going?
I'm moving to Bed-Stuy.
You're going to
Nice,
that place?
bro.
Yeah, I'm like a pretty cool Bed-Stuy guy now. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm in
yeah?
Bed-Stuy.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, this is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really consider myself one of the gentrifiers because it's like I'm not the one paying the rent. You know what I mean?
This is where they did do the right thing. And by the way, I disagree. I don't think they did the right thing.
Yeah, there was like a shooting a couple blocks from my house the other week, so it's still pretty lit in my neighborhood. It's still like it's still a pretty cool place to live.
Gang shit, bro.
The gang shit. R.I.P. to Popcorn 270.
Oh, I miss him so much.
who's in jail?
Dude, I sent you the DMs I sent him right before he went to jail.
Wait, who?
You know who discovered him is Will from Chapo Trap House.
Oh, well, shouts out.
Yeah,
that is.
Will the
I've
greatest
I've
Instagram
evangelized popcorn for a while.
Popcorn 270 on Instagram. This like fat.
Oh wow, his
that
thing
one-
ripped is now in the actual.
You know what he looks like? He looks like Eric with Glenn Close's hair
Wow.
from Fatal Attraction. And yeah, he's like all of his videos are like, me and my niggas hanging out smoking weed. It's like him with like some other moron in a white beater.
He is plays very fast and loose with the N word.
Yeah, dude. It's so funny. And anyhow, he just got arrested and he's doing 10 years.
What? I'll read the DMs that I sent him. I was like, "Yo, Popcorn, So he like wrote on one of his
You
Instagrams.
find him. I'll continue telling the story. So yeah, his account's great. It's like this little fat kid that just smokes weed and like makes shitty rap videos and like posts pictures of his Kmart brand jeans.
No, JK.
Adam DM'd him to see.
So I was like, "Hi, Popcorn, are you really going to jail on Wednesday for 10 years?" And he said, "Yeah, I have to do 2 years out of 10 to get parole, but I'll probably do 4." And I was like, "Damn, dude, sorry to hear that. What happened?" And he said, "Me and my dude did a home invasion with a handgun and went on a high-speed chase with the police because we was in a stolen car."
I love that he's just telling this fucking stranger on Instagram. What's going? Like, you could be a cop, you could be anyone.
Yeah. So I said, "Are you doing okay?" Like, and then he didn't respond to that because that's a soft ass question. And then I was like, "Can you have Insta in jail?" And he said, "No, you can't." And then that's it.
he's like the white Latarian Milton.
Oh
yeah.
That kid.
That kid's gotten his life around, turned his life around, dude.
Yeah, well, he
graduated
did all that
middle
shit.
school.
He did all that shit
Popcorn
when
had
he
a
was
hot
like,
girlfriend.
Did he?
In his he had a hot.
Okay, good job, motherfucker.
Dating.
How old?
I'll be right back. Alright. I really need to stream some Testcraft.
Just like holding her.
We're
ass
just the
and
4th
like,
of June.
You know, nobody said we could do this. And then there's a picture at Zales where he's taking a picture of a of a ring, and he's like, "Yeah, about to celebrate our 3-month."
Oh God!
Do you remember that when jewelry stores had like the little window where you could see the guy working on the jewelry?
No.
There was one at Lake Forest Mall. They had that. They had like a little window.
Like a small Jew, like elf?
No, it was a Chinese guy that would
Oh,
work on
really?
the jewelry, and you could go to Pretzel Time and get pretzels and just fucking stare at him, and he would get mad at you if you stared at him. But like that's why they have the fucking window.
Right,
there.
right.
You flip him off and shit, and you couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's
Just-
why we're fucking teenage assholes to troll him. That's exactly what they fucking had in mind. You just have fucking nacho cheese sauce all over your
My
lips.
favorite Latarian Milton video is like I think the third one where they're interviewing him and he's gotten so used to the news in his house that he's just going about his business in the house. He's like, "'Cause I like doing bad shit. Leave me alone." And they follow him around the kitchen, and while they're following him, he's making Kool-Aid ice cubes.
Oh fuck, dude! Latarian's the best.
Oh, I love him.
I wanted to adopt
How's
him.
he doing?
He's good. They ran a news story about him recently where it's like, oh look how, and he's like in a suit and he's like, I'm over that. He's like, he's graduating 8th grade. He's going to high school. He's going to play football. He's like really into turning his life around. We'll see though. That was a while ago.
High school
Maybe he's probably a
could be a lot
sophomore
of
now.
peer pressure.
Damn, I wonder what Latarian's up to. I'm gonna follow up.
Peer pressure, man. That's tough. That's what made Brock do those unspeakable things.
That's right. It was party culture.
It was party culture and peer pressure.
Free Brock, guys. If we could be serious for a moment, let Brock out of jail. Did you see that
Because
story?
he has the same name as the president.
Yeah.
And the guy from Pokemon with the stone. Pokemon.
Well, Barack Obama actually said if I had a son, his name would sound
name
like
would be
Brock's. If I had a son, he would be Latarian Milton. He said that for real.
He did.
Did you see that thing about that girl that like wrote a letter to the judge saying that like Brock's not a bad guy. I like went to elementary school with him, and like if you write a letter to a judge in a trial, it's like public records. So someone found it and they put it online, and that girl was in a band, and now that band is like been kicked out of all these music festivals in Brooklyn.
Oh no.
Yeah, and like all these fucking Bar Matchless, they kicked him out. And the owner of Matchless was like,
She lives here?
no, the band's in like Ohio or some shit. But Bar Matchless kicked the band out, and they're like, we're not going to support anybody that apologizes or diminishes rape. And it's like, have you watched the show at your
The
bar?
stand-up show every Monday?
Every fucking
Where
Monday.
Michael Che's like, let me tell you about my new thought about Cosby. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
I got 10 new Cosby minutes, everyone.
Bar Matchless will never stand by rape. That's Bar Matchless. Check us out on Yelp. Give us 5 stars for not.
Dude, my friend just bought me because he thought it'd be funny or something. He listens to the podcast now, but
Yeah.
he just bought me a Bill Cosby shirt from like season 12. He's like, it's so cheap. No one wants like Cosby Show memorabilia. So he
You
got
gonna rock
me.
it?
It's a Monsters shirt. I'm gonna have a Monsters shirt in my room. I mean, Hitler's underpants. Like,
I would wear Hitler underpants.
Is Cosby going to jail?
he's going to trial, I think.
Yeah.
Some shit
There's
came out where
one
he admitted-
statute of limitations that wasn't expired.
Oh, really?
Because that's what he kept getting away with it.
What if-
all
what
the
if
rapes
the-
were in like the 70s? And
What if that's the trial I'm on? What if that's the jury I get selected for?
Probably, dude.
And they're like, well, he's racist, but he is a comedian, so he's got, check marks on both sides.
That's right.
He's got-
Neutral.
yeah, he's completely neutral on this one.
Are you worried about getting a fucking long-ass trial? A nice murder trial?
I am. I mean, it would be cool,
my friend sort of lost his mind doing that. Eric did.
Eric? Is that what happened to Eric?
I sort of think that might have happened because he sent a guy to jail for 35 years.
He didn't
was
send
on
a
this-
guy to jail, but yeah.
He was
The
on
guy
this
did-
jury that
yeah.
they convicted, and he said it was super intense, and there was like long jury deliberations and stuff.
You know what I would want to do is like one of those ones where somebody left a baby in a car.
Yeah.
And I would be the one guy where it's like, nah, fuck that baby. I'd be the 12 Angry Men guy that's like, I personally, fuck that baby. That's how I feel. And then they all have to convince me, and they can't do it.
I'm like, all right, forget it.
So, guys, the Tonys are going on tonight. Who's excited? I mean, I've seen
in the Tonys.
Tonys is for what? Musicals?
It's for
yes.
plays.
It's for plays.
But all the plays are in New York, so it's like, why would anyone else watch Tonys that don't live in New York, that aren't like gay men living in Chelsea in New York?
I thought it was
feel
like the
there's-
award. I thought it was like, well, okay, which one's the best? Scarface, Soprano, the Tiger. You got to pick one here. Which one? Which one's it going to be? Who's the best? I say Tony the
Saragossa,
Tiger.
The goose, baby.
Oh man, we were looking at
Saragossa.
we were looking at naked pictures of Tony the Tiger the other week, and there's a thing when people draw Tony the Tiger on like DeviantArt, fucking Mario or Toucan
Right.
Sam.
Huge hog.
Of course he's got a
course
huge
he's got a
dick.
huge
I mean,
dick.
everybody has a huge dick in the cartoon fuck world. But what's
true.
You know what's great is the way they draw Tony is so the end of his dick is blue because his nose is all
blue.
Oh no.
It's always every single one. He's got a blue tip
Oh,
of
no.
a dick. It's unbelievable, dude.
Oh, that's incredible.
He's just got a blue dick.
Literally, you will not find one
Yeah.
Tony the Tiger dick pic online that is not blue-headed.
It's so funny, and that makes me think about like Toucan Sam dick. They should draw it striped like his nose. And he's saying, "Follow your dick to the smaller birds." I was looking up Toucan Sam on Wikipedia
Nope.
the other day,
Sure,
and
of course.
which I love.
Okay, this one is.
Toucan Sam article is like
This one isn't.
15,000 words.
It is?
There was a lot of shit on there. I don't know if
Holy
it's that
shit.
far, but yeah. And then
Some of them, not all of them.
They have. You know what? It is actually the longest article I've seen. It's on the Wikia. It's like the Star Wars Wikia.
right.
The page for Wedge Antilles, who's like a minor character in the movies. He's like Luke Skywalker's friend. It's like, you can do it, Luke. That's like maybe his only line in the movie. And that article, like, you put it
Okay,
on your
this
phone.
one is.
Look up Wedge Antilles on your fucking phone on the Star Wars Wikia.
Like
And this one.
Yeah, like wedge.
Salad?
Like, yeah, salad wedge. It's obscene. It's probably like 50,000
Okay.
words. how much somebody fucking wrote about Wedge Antilles. But yeah, I was looking at the Toucan Sam page, and it's like all these extra characters and storylines that happen in the commercial that nobody pays attention to that shit.
Right.
And somebody got paid like millions of dollars at a.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, well, what if he's got a friend that's like a.
Okay, this one is, this one isn't.
Safari, and they got paid a shit ton of money for that.
I would love to do that shit. Didn't you?
Yeah,
do
this
advertising shit?
is.
That one isn't.
No, our company paid me briefly to like. They were like,
Okay.
"We want you to write tweets for us," and that lasted 2 days. And they were like, "Never mind. Please don't ever do this again."
Look,
Please don't
how
mention-
can we work for Hillary Clinton? Fuck Brandon. We should just be writing those tweets. We wouldn't write as nerdy tweets.
Yeah, delete your account. Everyone thought that was so fucking cool.
No,
It's actually,
first of all, I only found out about that because of people making fun of her for that.
yeah, it's so
no
stupid.
one thought that was cool.
Yeah, all these people were like,
people
"I'm
thought it was
dead. I'm
cool."
crying. Cry emoji.
They're
I'm
like-
fucking Slay. Drag him. Drag him, Hillary." And it's like, what? That's supposed to be
Hillary,
impressive?
be the Khaleesi that we
Yeah.
that America needs. Hillary, yo, this is what Hillary doesn't get. Okay,
Yes.
sorry to go to Chapo territory here, but this is my political analysis. Hillary can't go cool. We're never gonna buy it. She's
Yeah.
not cool.
Yeah.
You have to emphasize the fact that you're like a freak. Like I'm a freak. I read policy papers like all night long. Like I have no sex.
She should go
sex
full
drive.
autism, dude. She should be
She
talking
should go
about
Big
trains.
Bang Theory.
Yeah.
That show has been on for like 27 seasons. Nerd culture is huge. The Golden State Warriors are a nerd team, right?
Yeah.
Why doesn't she just go full nerd? Why is she trying to be cool?
That's smart.
Why is she trying
That
to
is
be
good, yeah.
Beyonce?
And it's like Donald Trump is so inherently cool that like anytime you know what's so great about Trump is he should be so easy to make fun of, but he's not.
hideous.
He's not.
He's
not.
wearing weave.
Anytime,
Okay?
all the people that are like, "Oh, Trump," you sound like a fucking nerd. Saying,
Yeah, you're a nerd.
He doesn't care. You're a nerd making fun of Donald Trump. And you know what? Everyone made fun of the dangerous Donald thing. And guess what he calls Elizabeth Warren? Goofy Elizabeth. Which should be so much worse than Dangerous Donald, but it's perfect.
Goofy
Yeah, yeah.
Elizabeth. He
Yeah,
just calls her Goofy.
Goofy Elizabeth's gonna keep lying about being Pocahontas.
And it works. I love him.
Goofy
I
Elizabeth.
really just I cannot wait until the election's over, and I'm gonna buy that hat.
He's a
and
really-
wear the
Yeah.
fucking
When the
hat all
election's
time.
over, it'll be
Yeah,
nice. But
I mean, as a social phenomenon, he's Agent Smith of the Republican Party. He's a virus that's just multiplying, and we just don't know how far.
Holy
it's gonna-
shit! Did I show you that comment someone sent me on?
They said Trump is Agent Smith.
No. Sorry. From some woman posting on Trump's page.
oh fuck, you showed.
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
That
I
was
don't know
so
if I showed you.
fucking funny.
Somebody sent me this. This kid who listens to the podcast. Shout out to him.
Shouts out.
Who?
Sent me- So okay, this is on Trump's page on Facebook. Some woman, Terry L. Beavis Guthrie, and I looked. I'm pretty
Is
sure
that
it's
real?
I'm pretty sure it's real.
Okay.
I mean, as much as I can vet.
Yeah.
And she goes. She writes, "Mr. Trump, I don't know if you read these posts or not. However, my son Matthew, who was born with Down syndrome, would be honored to tell Obama and Hillary they are fired. He will be voting for you, and you are his idol. He's been telling us since he saw The Apprentice that Obama is fired. It would be the thrill of his life to be able to stand next to you and tell them both, Obama and Hillary, you are fired."
Oh my
That's
god!
so awesome.
That's the best shit I've ever heard in my
Donald.
entire life.
Mr. Trump, my retarded son, is a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
fan of your policies.
Mr. Trump, my son with Down syndrome, who sometimes thinks you are Donald Duck,
Wow.
who sometimes confuses you with Donald Duck, to be fair.
He would love to tell
Love to
Hillary,
tell Obama and Hillary they're
"You're
fine.
fired."
Like, what is he basing that off of? What? Why does this kid hate Obama?
BB came out for Trump in a couple tweets, and
Yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
responded like, "BB, don't. BB, Trump's not good, dude. You shouldn't do that."
No, I fully
love it.
support BB being on the Trump train.
Well, BB does support BB Netanyahu, but that's only because they have the same.
Oh, you mean that?
Oh fuck, that is so goddamn good.
Oh, that's so weird when they say like Americans say the name of our like not now but Prime, cause like I who the fuck's BB? Like, what are you talking about? Then I'm like, oh,
We are winding down here. We need something else to talk about. We still have 15 minutes to kill. This
I
happens
watched
every
the
time.
Benghazi movie.
Oh, did you?
How
Yeah,
was it?
perfect. Let's talk about that.
It is okay, guys. First of all, Michael Bay is so right wing at this point. I don't know what has happened to this guy. He's like a psycho. They kill so many Muslim people in this movie. I can't even begin to explain to you how many people Jim from The Office killed. It's Jim from The Office.
Jim looking hot as hell, by the way.
Just murdering. And Roy.
Oh yeah, they made an Office game. I wanted to check it out.
He's
It's
like,
an Office spin-off.
oh, dude, it's just incredible. So me and my friend were watching it, and
Is Hillary supposed to be Michael Scott?
well, Hillary's the head of ISIS.
Here, The Office. Somehow we
Me
manage.
and my friend were watching it, and like at the beginning, we were like ironically high-fiving each other every time they said like Benghazi, like real serious. They're like, guess we better go to Benghazi. You know, like we just like high-five each other. But at a certain point, like we realized that the word Benghazi is literally written on maybe every single page of that script.
Damn.
They are saying, and the movie is also 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
Oh my god.
Of just them saying the word Benghazi. There are titles, there are crayons on
Wow, it has very bad
the
reviews.
beginning of scenes where they say Benghazi. They like introduce the scene as like that they're in Benghazi.
when they show
Wait,
you
wait. Shut up for a second. I want to play this. Hold on. Turn on sound. Turn on sound right now. I want to play this shit. Let's go. The Office. Somehow we manage. Loading as in. Earl, I guess. Oh wow, The Office theme. Here's Jim. There's the bitch I forgot his girlfriend. There's like Michael. Dwight. Wow. I love it. They made a game based on the thing. Universal Studio. Holy shit. The Office, the budget. I'm not skipping anything. Oh, I had to. I'm sorry. I don't know if I had. Michael Scott, guilty as sharp. People say I'm the best boss. Oh, come on. You couldn't even get them to voice act? Ah, Jim. John Krasinski. Dwight. It's a clicker game. Well, what did I expect? Scott coins. More like Michael Bucks. Oh my god. The Office. Holy shit. Actually, I'm a Soviet. Okay. Well, yeah, let's go set up the Alveary, and then we'll work on the other stuff. Then we'll work on automation and everything, but first, fuck, we have a fucking Wisp. Okay. Throw that Imperial Queen in. Let it die. We're gonna make sure it has the right genes. Then we're gonna put her back. So this is what we're writing on. Anyway, Scott coins. Okay. It's just your standard run-of-the-mill clickers game. Idle game, whatever you want to call it. That's disappointing, but you know. Do you know what you signed up for? I'm gonna wait in this too. Okay. Toby. Oh, isn't he the young guy? Ah, Shrewd Bucks, holy shit. Can I multi-buy? Can I hold it down? Come on. Stanley Nichols, holy shit. Oh, well. Oh, he words out Jan? Cereal? Okay. Holy shit, 20k. Damn, Dwight. Okay. Wow, a Stanley card. There we go. Okay. Angela. Boring. I mean, it's an okay clicker game. Yeah. Fuck. Okay. Kevin. Yeah, we can continue while listening to Calm Town.
That movie, is it always done in that like that like the computer font
yeah,
that shows up with the military movies? They always have to have like the date and military time. Yeah, and the computer where it's being decoded in front of you, just like the fucking military would do, dude.
That's my favorite thing is in movies about the Muslim world, like there's always at the beginning of a scene to establish you're in the Muslim world, the call to prayer. Yeah, it's like the gong. It's like the gong of East Asia. Like, oh, we're in China now. Gong. You know,
the best song from any one of those movies is that like Somali like prayer song from Black Hawk Down. They're like, you know, like the dramatic. And somebody's dying. Just have that dying in slow motion.
dude, your close personal friend is in that movie, Tom Sizemore.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're listening and you don't know, Tom Sizemore and me are actually friends.
You still
real
follow
life.
each other on Twitter?
Yeah, I checked to make sure he hasn't unfollowed me. But he, Tom Sizemore is fucking insane. Imagine he like was in every great movie from like 1996 until 2000.
Oh yeah,
and then just did a bunch of math and beat the shit out of who was it? Heidi Fleiss? Who did he beat up?
he's still working.
Yeah, he's still working, but he was in a movie with Paul Verzi.
Really?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, I saw Paul.
What?
I saw Paul outside the stand. He's like, "Yeah, I finished working on a movie with Tom Sizemore, and it was great. And we took pictures together, and we had a great time." And I was like, "Tom Sizemore?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I love Tom Sizemore."
He was on the Celebrity Rehab Dr. Drew show.
Hell yeah.
You can't fix Sizemore. Sizemore needs those drugs to be as talented of an actor as he is.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
That's what Kelsey needed to be Frasier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Kelsey Grammer was on like a cocktail of intoxicants the entire time he was making
Hell
footage.
yes, dude.
Apparently, the
how much of
showrunner-
the cocktail was semen? Niles.
It was 2 liters. It was not semen.
I loved that show.
Niles.
When I was a kid, I couldn't tell. I thought they were British.
Yeah, I did too.
I was like, are they
too.
British? I don't understand why they have that accent.
It's like, oh no, they're not.
Because
Just
the
gay.
dad,
Yeah.
the dad
Just
was
gay.
a cop, and
Yeah.
he was like, working Vice. He was like, you don't understand the kind of day I've had, and he beat him, so they sent him to live with their gay British mother.
Is that the story? Because there
think
was
so.
a British, wasn't
The nanny or
the
not?
nanny was British.
Not the nanny, but the like maid. or-
Mr. Sheffield.
Yeah.
That was a good ass show too.
Yeah,
That was
I watched all of that shit.
I wanted to smash Fran Drescher, and I still do. By the way,
Really?
hell yeah, dude.
She was hot.
Dude, and then she had like a show on the CW or some shit, like fucking 10 years after the nanny, where she was like old and still hot. I'd still smash now, guys.
I can't. I don't know if I can have sex with a Jew ever again.
Yes,
I
you
can say that.
Yes,
Why can you say that?
'Cause
Personally, I'm offended.
They drive
As a
me-
guy that likes to fuck,
I can't do it.
you would
anymore.
limit.
I just
your
dated.
fuck?
I was seeing this girl who's like a New York City. I was like, this is the real Jew. She's a real kind of Jew.
Yes,
I was
the
like, not
very-
like me.
the treacherous ones.
From Las Vegas. This is a real bit,
A real
And then every
dick-filled
time she'd
broad.
say thank you for something, it was just, it sounded like she was being sarcastic. She'd be like, oh, wow, thanks a lot. And I'd be like, well, I just did, like, I cooked dinner, so.
Dude,
Are you
you're gonna
being
come back.
serious?
You're gonna come back for the
I
tribe,
can't
dude.
stand it, dude. They drive me.
Would your parents be sad if you didn't marry a Jew?
They do say that, but that's just, like, absurd.
I love that.
That's like, fuck your cousin. Okay, Adam, fuck your cousin. We are only 2% of the entire population of the entire country. I mean, I guess it's different in New York. But
Probably- it's
but
probably
fuck your
different.
cousin.
Yeah,
just please fuck your
They're like
cousin.
97% here.
Yeah,
It's too many.
It's
Yeah.
mostly them, I think,
Yeah.
in New York.
We're the
I
only
like
two non-Jewish
That
people.
girl accent. Whenever girls say thank you, they go, "Thank you."
Thank you.
Oh my god, thank you. It's like what?
Every girl, yeah, every single girl.
Why
Like
do you
shop,
do that?
like shoppy girls, shop
Yeah.
girls,
Shop.
What are you talking about?
like girls that are like to shop.
oh yeah. Oh, I have to shop.
have to shop.
Yeah, we were doing that. Right. Oh my
I've
god, I was
The
shopping.
worst day.
I was shopping all day, and I'm so exhausted that I just have to shop. I have to blow off steam. I do my business shopping during the day, and then I work on these commercials, and like the wardrobe assistant girls are always the worst fucking people in the entire world. They're like, I'm 20, and I kind of just, find my way through life by positive thinking, and so I don't really pay rent. I just fuck people to stay at their place.
Oh yeah, that's
I would love to do that.
Always, yeah.
I saw this girl that I was dating a few months ago, and she said to me, yeah, after we stopped seeing each other, I realized that I can fuck any guy that I want. So there was really no reason to go out with you, because as a woman, I can have sex with any man.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the Da Vinci Code. If they all realize that, then it's over for us, right?
I don't know. This is
Us personality
This
boys.
is getting into like shitty black comic territory. Because the pussy.
You got a scholarship sitting underneath your legs. That was one of Ari Spears' bits where he's talking about how a woman not gonna go to college. You got a scholarship. You sitting on a scholarship, girl. And he's basically saying, "Fuck your way to college. Use your pussy to go to college."
That's a
so
good. That's a good bit.
It's a good bit. Yeah.
They can fuck whatever they want.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, what else do we got? Somebody talk for 5 minutes. while I
Whew,
look at
guys, I just want to know what's going on with my cum boys, dude.
What's
Are you
been going
coming?
on?
Is everyone? Let's have a weekly cum check. When was the last time you came, Adam?
Yesterday.
Did you beat off or was it sex?
Both.
Both? Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Nice, man.
I did both activities yesterday.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Beating off first or second?
No, that was just a daytime. Roommate's gone. You know,
Beaten off just to clear the pipes.
escaping into my masturbatorium. I mean, like living with roommates is
Yeah.
just,
Oh yeah.
you know.
I know.
Anytime
I
you're
have to
alone,
beat
you have
off
to
like
you
a
have to
bandit.
masturbate. Yeah.
Now let me ask you this:
Yeah.
do you like to keep a certain-
Michelle from the podcast.
Yes. From the weirdest
still
part of
does
the
not-
podcast.
You thought it was weird?
I think it was a little weird.
I think it was kinda
people.
weird.
The feedback was they loved it, but it was also very retarded.
Oh yeah.
well then that's
well, no, I think
on
it was
brand.
dumb. It was dumb how we took it to a dumb place, maybe. But people told me that.
Well, you know, we went in with a lot of tension and drama, and then I wasn't there for most of it. Neither was Stav.
You went to the bathroom.
I left, and then
Yeah, I left
and then-
also in the beginning.
and then apparently that Seth guy came in.
Yeah.
We took
Well,
it.
that
To,
was-
Seth Dickfield, who's not based on another guy who's been posting a lot of dumb shit on the fucking internet since the
Yo,
shooting
hit
this
us.
morning. Dude, I'm trying to look at Twitter for like some.
Didn't he block you?
He unblocked me for whatever reason. This other guy who's not
who's
related
not
to
has
Seth
nothing to do
Dickfield.
with Seth Dickfield.
But yeah, no, I'm trying to look at Twitter for like trending topics, but I guess like E3 or something is going on now, so all the shooting stuff has been drowned out by news about video games. So heads up to
A VR headset that's also sex.
I remember when I was like in middle school, me and my friends were talking about like, imagine how sweet virtual reality is going to be. You can put on a helmet that'll plug into the Nintendo, and then another machine will suck your dick. And you can fuck fake women in virtual reality. Like, it was just, we never even considered that you could fuck real women. Technology is good. When we're adults, we'll be able to fuck robots. It just never. Somebody made that.
What age is that though?
Like 11.
Because the age immediately after that, 13, is like when you become the most misogynistic you'll ever be. Like
I was
before
pretty-
you've actually touched anything, that's when you like see another child like at school, and you're like, go to your boys, you're like, yeah, I would fuck that bitch in the ass.
Yeah, some girl was wearing like a training bra.
Yeah, it's like a child, like another child at school.
She has a Barbie
Yeah, I would
shirt
fuck
on.
her in the ass. Because I know I
Yeah, I remember when I was in first grade, I had a piece of paper with a marker. I had written "girls I would fuck," and then it was just a list of girls in my class.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. And I like folded up and hid it somewhere in my
man.
room. And I remember my parents never found it, but I imagine if they did, they would just have to be like, yeah, I guess we just put this back. I don't know. I want to have this conversation. So they probably found it.
first grade.
Yeah.
You knew fuck. You knew like fuck.
Well, I knew the word fuck. I mean, it wasn't like...
You didn't know the concept.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, I guess, yeah. But until, like, you know how, like, a child said, first of all, like, the vagina is, like, where your dick is.
Of course.
So you...
Very confusing the first time you
Oh,
try
that
and
it's
touch a
down.
vagina.
That
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so much
It's
lower
so
than
much
you think
down.
it's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be.
You think it's at the dick play.
Yeah.
That was I fucked that up big time.
Yeah.
In the,
And then also you think you just put the dick in and then that's it.
yeah. It's just-
You don't understand there's, like, a thrusting element there.
My friend was
no.
asking me the other day. He's like, "You ever like in a relationship with a girl you're close with, like just like sleep inside of her?" He's
Yeah,
like,
there's a name
"Dude,
for that, dude. What is it called?
What is it called?
It's called, like, hot soaking or something.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
I was
where you
like,
leave
you
your dick
sleep-
in.
you
That's how you give
sleep
somebody
inside.
a fucking yeast infection.
Yes,
that sounds
disgusting.
terrible. Dude.
Yeah.
Also, what your dick just like is
Also,
he's
who's
like,
this
it's
fucking
really
weird
beautiful.
friend of yours asking you this question?
Dude, my
is it
friend
Michael
asked me-
Douglas?
You know the friend. I'm not gonna.
You
say
ever
his
make
name.
love?
I
do
think
I?
I know the friend.
Ooh. You don't just either say it or don't say it. Don't, like, signal us.
Oh
It's
no,
Tom Sizemore. It's a close
Oh, okay.
personal
All
friend.
it
right.
was somebody. It was another person.
Um,
God damn.
yeah, no, that's, like, a terrible idea. Somebody, I forget where it was. I saw it online. There was some comment section where, or maybe it was, like, Yahoo Answers or something, where, like, a woman was like, is it normal for, like her boyfriend kept a cup of water next to the bed to dip his dick in after they fucked?
What the fuck?
To give a bath? To give a penis bath?
Go rinse your cock off in the fucking bathroom,
It's like a
dude.
dick cup.
That's
He's, like,
terrible.
putting his dick in,
Oh.
wash it off.
He should
He
have
has like
the
a
fucking-
bird
he
bath
should-
in his room for dipping his dick in.
Well, it's like a bidet.
No, he should keep. He should keep fucking the stuff barbers use. He should keep the blue stuff. Just have his dick in there.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Barbers have
The
a
blue
special
stuff?
thing. What blue
Oh
stuff?
yeah,
put combs and shit in?
barbicide.
Barbicide.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
For
You don't
the
know what that
combs,
is?
they
I've
put
never
the
gotten a
the
fancy-
combs in the blue shit. Yeah, it looks like
okay.
Windex.
Yeah.
Barbicide.
You know what's funny? I was like, you know how they have the barbershop poles with the blue and red, and they do that because they used to like drain blood there. But like barbers, like before, I think surgery was like standardized. Like you could just go to a barber and you'd be like, "Hey, can you cut this tumor out of me?" And be like, "Give it a shot."
Yeah, that's what medicine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like we need to end this one with a bang. There's got to be something we can fucking talk about.
Okay.
Where we're not just because this is, to be honest, the worst one yet.
For sure, I'd say.
This has got to be the worst.
Yeah.
one.
Well, we didn't plan.
Well, we can't plan. I'm fucking sick. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
I don't blame. We ran out of shitty comedians to talk about. There's like 3 of those guys.
All right.
And there's, actually, you know what? You remember Tom Flood?
I don't.
Tom Flood. I don't even know if I wouldn't really classify him as a shitty comedian. He was like, oh fuck, Mike Diesel.
Ooh.
How have we not talked about old Mike Diesel? Yeah. Oh man, I'm glad I remember.
Tell that fucking story though.
Okay, so Mike Diesel is this little fucking. He looks like. You remember that show U.S. Acres? It was
No.
It was part of Garfield and Friends.
Oh no, I don't remember.
Remember
this.
Garfield and Friends, the TV show? It was the
Yeah, I
Garfield
remember
TV
it.
show,
Yes,
and then it would
yes,
cut to
yes.
the farm scenes where there was like, the Roy, the chicken, and
Yes,
Sheldon,
yes.
and then Orson was the pig.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And Orson had 3 older brothers that were like bully pigs. So Mike Diesel looks like the bully pig older brother. He's this like stout fucking like. I think his real last name is Cuccarini. He's just like stout fucking. Yeah, just real.
Diesel.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
his stage
Just
name.
real, and it's
That's
great
the
if
best.
you do a Bing image search for Mike Diesel. The first like 3 pictures of him. The next one's something like guy deadlifting 600 pounds, and then the one underneath that is like 3 dudes sucking each other's dicks. But so yeah, Diesel was fucking. Did you not? You don't know Diesel, Adam?
No,
You've never
no,
met him.
no.
Oh,
He was
you
before my
met.
time.
Mike.
I barely met, but I barely came. I only came in contact with him once at an open mic.
Yeah, well, he was great. He was like a pathological liar, and he would tell these stories where they were harmless. He was like that much of a liar. We never
Right.
had to worry about the stories. But he was telling, his act was fucking. He was so happy when the Iraq War started because, like, he would go on stage and he would start doing his Iraq War bit about like, yeah, George Bush and Saddam Hussein, blah blah blah. And then halfway through the bit, it would at some point he would be like, and Ross Perot's over there, like, hey, and he'd do his Ross Perot impression, and it's like, oh, you wrote these jokes 10 years ago. You're just cycling these back
Wait,
in.
Ross
you were doing
Perot.
comedy like at the beginning of the Iraq War?
No. I started in 2005, so 2 years in.
Okay, word.
2 years into the war. Yeah, but so Diesel, he would tell all these fucking lies. And one time he tells this story about, he's like, so I'm at a bar, right? I'm at a bar, and say anything you want to me. Say whatever you want to me. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna have a problem with it. He's like doing the thing that guys do where they do the tough guy thing, where it's like, you say whatever you want to me, but if you come after my friends, I'll fucking kill you.
Right.
He's like, say whatever you want to me, I don't care. And there's this guy at the bar, and he's talking about your shit. He's like a shit talker, causing a ruckus or whatever. I'm not thinking about it. But then he steps on my wife's foot, and that's just a line you don't cross. So so I say, you better fucking apologize, and he's refusing to apologize. So I grab him, I get him in a headlock, and I take him down to the ground, and I get him down to the ground, and I have him there, and I can feel his life slip out of my hands.
What? He murdered someone?
because, and so people are just listening to Mike tell it because he bullshits all the time. They're like, "Go on,"
Right,
and he's like, "Yeah, and the wait staff, they said, Mike, we saw what happened. We'll take care of this for you." And so he told a story about how he murdered somebody at a bar, and the
For
wait staff,
stepping on his wife's
yeah,
foot.
and the bar was like, "Hey, that's Mike Diesel, famous comedian.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking let him go."
Doesn't he have that other thing about the advice?
He told another
This is
story
a
about
great one.
he told
This
another
is-
story about being at a fucking bar one time. He's always at a bar. He's always got these like bar stories that he tells.
This was a headliner he was working.
Yeah,
with, right?
no, he's working with a young comic named William. Really good comic. Everyone knew this guy was going to be big, and You know, he says to me, he says, Mike, if you just took the impressions out of your act, you would be the greatest comedian I've ever seen. And that was Bill Hicks. And the best part is, he still has impressions in it.
You didn't take Bill Hicks' advice. Oh my god! I had a teacher in high school that was a former LAPD vice cop and a pathological liar. He made up stories. Like we would fact check a bunch of them, but one of them actually we thought was a lie ended up to be almost true.
What was it?
He was saying that during his time in the LAPD, he worked security detail for like movies, and he's like, "Yeah, I was a big fan of Cosby. We smoked cigars together on set, and
I was like, whoa, you worked on movies? He's like, yeah, I was in a couple movies. And we're like, what was the name of the movies that you were in? And he's like, Disco something or other. And we're like, what?
I don't remember the name.
He's and I was like, do you have the movie? He's like, oh, my fucking ex-wife, she has the movie, but yeah, I used to.
Okay, well, we've been streaming for 3 hours.
I never used IMDb. I looked at it.
Quite. We've been streaming for 3 hours. At this point in time. Far out. Yeah, we've been streaming for so long. I think this is a good place to end it, I guess. I mean, maybe you know what? I'll let this shit process down. We'll wait until all these combs get processed into honey and see how many scented panelings we made. And then that's that. And we'll kind of see what's up from there. Yeah. I might need to get some more seed oil, but that's a thing for another time. Oh, come on. I hope we'll eventually get to the point where we have so many of these honeycombs that we will need a second squeezer or something just to make the process slightly faster, or should I say a faster centrifuge rather than a squeezer. Although a squeezer might also be helpful, but there you go. And we have now 3 alvearies here. 4 if you count the one in the bottom. 4 imperial bees. This is probably gonna be my longest running series on my channel, and I don't mean that it took many years and stuff. I mean that it took many episodes, actually. Yeah. Because we started this on January or whatever, or February of last year. We started this Minecraft in 2021. And it's now 2022. It's been literally exactly, well, slightly over, not exactly anymore, but it's been 1 year later and we're still doing Feed the Beast Ultimate. So yeah. Minecraft is here to stay for a very long time. Until I run out of mod packs to play. But, you know, time will tell. Anyway. Yeah, we'll just go through the centrifuge stuff and then we'll end the episode here for today. We've caught up to everything. Tomorrow we're doing Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Let's go.
And there's a movie, there was a blaxploitation movie directed by this guy Fast Black,
and it was called Disco 9000, and he was a Vice Cop number 2, Richard Warren. He was
that's weird.
He was
It's
in
like
this movie.
pathological liars. They'll have one or two stories that are real, but then they sound like bullshit like the other ones.
Well, he used to tell us stories that were like, he was like, and then she died in my arms after dropping charges from the scumbag beating and raping her. I finally came and it was too late, and I'll never forget that day, April 31st, 1968. You know, and then we were like, my friend was like, "Yo, there's no April 31st. That's not right. That's not a day."
Yeah, no, Mike. I forget who told me this story, but Mike had said I think it was Rob Mayer. He told Rob Mayer at a party, he was like, he's like, "Hey, Mike, how you been?" And Mike goes, pretty good. Went fishing with the Clintons on the weekend." So he said, him and his wife went, me and Patience went fishing with the Clintons. And so I guess, Bill and Hillary Clinton are good friends with Mike Diesel, the booker of Wiseacres Comedy Club.
The defunct for 6 years. Wiseacres Comedy Club.
Yeah, so they went fishing. And then at the party later, he sees Mike's wife, and he's like, I was hanging out with the Clintons all weekend. And Mike's standing right there, and his wife looks at Rob, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" And Mike just like, on The Simpsons when Homer like is talking to Flanders and his brain just like disappears or whatever. Yeah, Mike just fucking stonewalls him and pretends like it didn't happen. Mike one time he invited me to. He goes. He's like, I throw a party every year. It's the only time I do cocaine with my wife. It's at this party. It's called the East Coast Comics Convention, and basically every comedian on the East Coast is going to be there. Which is like, Mike, that's like 45,000 people. Is it Burning Man?
Coast Comics Convention.
Yeah, and he goes, it's at my house out in. He lived out in West Virginia somewhere, and I did a show at Fishhead Cantina. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was in like Rivera Beach or some shit.
No, Fishhead was in fucking Arbutus, or like in Catonsville.
Yeah, that's where it was. It was Arbutus, and so the party was at Mike's house, but after that, and I drove out there. I followed Mike Stork and Cat Malone out to this fucking party, the East Coast Comics Convention. And, but I know Mike's a liar. So when he says every comedian on the East Coast to be there, I'm like, okay, like a couple of guys I'm friends with. It'll be a party, I'll hang out and have fun. And I get there. There is literally no one.
No, that's sad.
It's
that
Mike,
is sad. That's sad.
Mike on the couch. He's in his lazy boy with his fucking legs up, and he's got a fucking Afghan draped over his legs. He's petting a shitty old dog, and his wife's like, come on in, And Basil White is asleep upstairs. And there's a fucking cat eating like part of like one of those long catered subs on the table.
That's a nightmare.
And I had driven from like Baltimore basically to West Virginia. Yeah, it was like an hour and a half. We drove out there, and that was the night. So we're all like getting high and shit, and it was me and Mike, Diesel, and Stork, and then I think Basil woke up, and we're like. You know how Stork is, where he'll like, like just go off, and he's talking about like neurotransmitters or whatever, and they're talking about like therapy and shit. And Mike says at one point, he's like, "Yeah, it took me a long time to find a good therapist, and I had a lot of people who tried to be nice to me, and it really took someone to just sit me down and say, 'No, Mike, this is what happened to you. Okay, you were fucking raped.'" And immediately I'm like, "Fuck you, asshole!" And he's like reenacting like the scene from Good Will Hunting or whatever. He's like, "Fuck you," because that's why. Because fuck you is why. But eventually, I just had to accept it. And I know Mike's lying. He wasn't fucking raped.
Wait, you think
He's
that's
just
also
casually
a lie?
mentioning being raped? As
Wait, rewind. Wait, he was doing a scene from a movie?
Well, he's always like all of his because he's a liar. So all of his reactions to things are like shit he saw in movies.
Right, that's
He's like, and then they tried to say my coupon wasn't invalid, and I said, "You can't handle the truth." It's like always this dramatic interaction with people where he's like, coming out on top. But yeah, that was the best part of this. Oh, and I went down to his basement to get like a soda or something, and so he's this big fat fucking piece of shit, but he's one of those fat guys. It's like he told Andy Klein one time. somebody was talking about working out, and he tells Andy, he's like, yeah, I've been working out a lot. I'm actually down to 0.4% body fat.
Like Ray Lewis in his prime had 6% body fat.
And Andy's like, Mike, we can see you. Just say that.
He was fat.
He was fat as shit. He's fucking bigger than Stavros. He was like twice the size of Stavros. He's at 0.4% body fat. That's like a fucking Auschwitz victim.
That's
He's
not
like
even
0.4% body fat.
Yeah, like peak athletes are at 8%.
But
Yeah.
that's not that's not even like believable.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the
very
kind of
bad
shit he would
at
say. Yeah, I'm down to 0.4% body fat. So yeah, I go down to his basement and he's got his little workout area, which is like a bench, like an adjustable bench, and then just two 50-pound dumbbells. That's the only thing. Just doing like one fucking swinging curl with his fucking piggly arms, and that's his whole exercise regimen. Well, I'm good. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm
We got
glad
some
I
nice
remembered him. We'll save Tom Flood for the. I'm glad. You know what's funny? I was trying to like pick my brain, trying to think of like a shitty comic I haven't shit on yet.
I'd love to. Maybe next episode we'll get into really deep into Dave Schofer.
Yeah, Dave's
He's
good.
a fucking.
Dave's
gem,
always
dude.
been nice to me, but you know, apparently people fucking
Are
hate
you
him.
kidding? Oh, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Uncle
Please
Dave
don't-
comedy.
Uncle Dave
Yeah.
comedy, dude.
Well, Tom Flood. Why I brought out Tom Flood is because Tom Flood, and it sort of ties into Diesel. Tom Flood was this guy with like who was severely autistic. He wasn't high functioning autistic. He could like barely communicate with you, and he pushed carts at like the Safeway down Route 7 or something. And he would come to Wiseacres for the open mic, and you know, he would go on stage and do his time, but it wasn't jokes or anything, and everyone would laugh at him. And like, but people, so half of it was people being like, "We're being supportive," or "This is avant-garde," and it's like, no, you're laughing at an autistic man.
Right,
This is
right,
exploitation. That's all it is.
For sure.
And like one time he went on stage and he fucking like dragged. He spent the first 2 minutes of his set dragging tables from like the audience onto the stage, and he lines them up and puts 4 chairs behind them. And he's like, "Oh, the 1984 NBC4 afternoon news broadcast from September 13th." And he's like, Mitch Douglas sat here, and Kate, and he reenacts some afternoon news broadcast from like 1984 that he remembers, and it's not jokes or anything.
Hell yes.
And I remember Mike Diesel, like he was like, "I'm telling you, if you brought that act on the road, it would kill. He is a genius." And it's like, no, Mike. If you brought that act on the road,
Jesus
it
Christ.
would kill. That is Andy Kaufman level genius. It's like, no, you're just fucking laughing and disabled.
Oh God.
Yeah, he's so dumb, dude. Twitey met him. I saw Twitey at a party, and he was like, "Do you know this Mike Diesel guy?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I know Mike." And he's like, "Yeah, I just worked with him." He's like saying he's been a comic for 30 years, and like, he's like, "I only got 4 teeth left," but like you could see all of Mike's teeth. So Mike.
Okay, guys, I think that's gonna about do it for this episode. That's it. We waited, we did it, we fought it. What? No, but for real. Next episode, I guess, we'll just continue this fucking depressive waiting game of me just staring into these inventories, waiting for more thing. Because alvearies are expensive, but the more you make, the faster you should produce them, depending on the type of thing you're working on. But anyway, guys, we'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.